2, 1, record. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NFHS Network. This is Lee Jaynes, your host for tonight's game. Joined with me is Adam Baker and Jacob Padgett, and we're going to be the voices tonight of this regional playoff matchup between the Gatesville Hornets and the Sealy Tigers.
Should be a great game. Two teams coming in kind of under the wire here at the last of the season to make it into the playoffs and have found some success in the first two rounds as we're looking at this third regional semifinal match between the Hornets and the Tigers.
And the Sealy Tigers coming in at 9-3 overall, with the Gatesville Hornets at 7-5. And that's how they're going to match up. And like Adam said, you know, this is two teams that have really fought hard to be where they are right now in the playoffs. And the winners of tonight's match between the Region 11 and Region 12 will advance to play the winner between La Vega, who is from the same district as Gatesville, and Silsbee in the quarterfinals.
And that'll be a great game. Once whichever team makes it to that next level will be definitely facing a tough team between either like you said, the La Vega Pirates or Silsbee. So we're about 9 minutes out on this one here. Before we get things going, before that gets on, we're going to run a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Call Whip Building Supplies for all your building needs. We provide metal buildings and metal roofing for commercial, residential, and agriculture projects. We also carry a full line of fencing supplies and hardware products. Call or come see us at Whip Building Supplies, 254-865-2190 or 1411 North Highway 36 Bypass, across from Pruitt's Shell Store in Gatesville. We are locally owned and operated and proudly support our Hornets.
Jaden, move your camera over to the darker side.
Special effect that the football team has. Making a dramatic entrance for the Sealy Tigers. Both Gatesville Hornets, Sealy Tigers coming off win streaks. When you get to this point in the playoffs, it's redundant to say their teams are coming on a winning streak, because in order to get here, you must develop a winning streak. So neither one of these two teams are here by accident. Both these teams are talented. No doubt the Sealy Tigers, Gatesville Hornets are going to put down in this contest as to why they believe they should be moving on to the next round.
We're going to take a quick commercial break before the coin toss, and we'll be right back after this word from our sponsors.
Cyber is a worldwide leader in the manufacture of premium, custom-engineered heavy-haul trailers and equipment for construction, oil fields and energy, national defense, and other specialized transportation requirements. With our Texas tough roots and proven expertise, our customers know and trust us to solve their biggest and toughest transportation challenges. For more than 50 years, we've been setting the standard for high-performance trailers to support the needs of customers in various industries with specialty transportation equipment, ranging in capacity from 25 to 250 tons. Designed, engineered, and handcrafted in the heart of Texas. Every trailer we build is uniquely suited to the demands of our customers and their load and region-specific requirements. Our focus on the specialized needs for our customers enables us to deliver custom solutions that are engineered to perform, built to last.
All right, that was playing of our national anthem, and now to the middle of the field. We're getting ready to go down to the field for the coin toss and see who's going to receive and who's going to kick and who's going to defer, and see if we can get this thing underway.
If my analytics are correct, I believe each team has a 50% chance of winning the coin toss in their favor, Lee.
That's some good information, Jacob.
Oh, my gosh.
And I think going along with that, as we checked our analytics on that also, each one of these teams stands a 50% chance of winning tonight. Adam, are you there?
I'm here. I'm trying to figure out.
Is this thing on? Hello. Okay, here goes the coin toss.
I think both of you are absolutely correct in y'all's assumptions.
Thank you, Tom Brady.
Stop. Oh, my goodness. All right.
Well, it's not a bad thing, Adam, to be compared to the GOAT.
Depends on who you're talking to.
No comment. Did he drop the coin, or was that the way he was supposed to play
That
it?
was the toss. Gatesville has one and deferring to the second half. They will kick, meaning Sealy gets it.
Sealy's going to get the ball first.
And that means defense for the Hornets is going to be taking the field to get this one started, probably the way that they would like to set the tone.
Well, Sealy has played some good teams to get to this point so far, but I know, for the folks watching at home, I don't know if you've noticed there's a little bit of a theme going on with the Hornets. The first round of the playoffs, they played on a Tiger field. Second round of the playoffs, they played on a Tiger field. And now here we are in the third round, and they're actually playing a Tiger. So
Every playoff game that we've had, has something to do with Tigers. And to quote my favorite Tiger, I really hope they play great tonight.
Oh, my. You heard it. You heard it here.
Oh, gosh.
Do we have to leave his mic plugged in?
Wait, hello, is this thing on? Is mine muted again?
Hello.
All right. All right, we're going to try to keep this entertaining for you as much as this game is going to be.
You know what? The Friday night lights are bright. The boys of fall are here now. The weather is chilly. We're ready for some Texas high school football action.
In Bryan, Texas, what a great place to be. Each team driving about an hour and a half, 2 hours to make it here tonight. So good.
Nice neutral field
Neutral.
side.
I'm glad we got here as early as we did to set up and everything because the Aggies are having yell practice tonight, so that's going to draw a lot of people into town.
Yeah, you can actually almost hear them trying to get the Aggie crowd into it for tomorrow's game to make them think that there's actually got a chance against the Texas Longhorns.
Careful.
Whoa, take it. Whoa, you're in the wrong part of town to be talking about that.
I am kidding. I do like the Aggies as well.
All right, here we go. There's the pooch kick, and we are underway, folks.
That's number 8 for Seeley, catching that one just about the 37-yard line.
Looked like that was number 29, Kyle Casey for Gatesville Special Teams making the tackle. Gatesville's going to be taking the defense first. With Seeley wanting to really move the ball down the field by passing, that should give Gatesville plenty of opportunities to rush the quarterback. That was one of the key takeaways from last week. The Gatesville Hornets were able to disrupt Columbia in their passing game by having 2 or 3 defenders in the quarterback's face every time he stepped back to throw the ball.
First snap, Seeley's got one motion. Quarterback keeps. He's looking deep.
Oh, he's got a receiver over the top, wide open.
And there's that first big play the Hornets were able to give up. They're definitely going to try to limit that one, but that was number 0 on the reception touchdown. Noah Washington.
And that's that passing attack that Seeley wants to exploit. As you said, that young man was running wide open, still running down Main Street here in Bryan. Seeley's going to draw first blood tonight in this regional matchup.
That kicks up and good.
I'll tell you what, that was very, very nearly blocked. Who was that? Was that number 22? Was that Slater?
Clater. Xavier Clater. All right, so get this set. We're going to run a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Kevin, the pharmacist and owner of Gatesville Drug. We are proud supporters of the Hornet community, and we are here to provide all your pharmacy needs. We work hard to offer you the best service with great pricing. We handle all major insurances, and we're the only pharmacy that provides free delivery as well. So come by or call us at 865-2417, and we will be happy to serve you because we live here too.
Well, hang on.
And we're back. Hornets getting out of the field, ready to get this return to put their offense line.
Well, definitely don't want to see a night like this going on if you're the Hornet fans. You don't want to see a one-play, one-score. So right now what the Hornets are going to have to do is answer by holding on to the ball, taking a slow, methodic drive down there, and showing their dominance in the game if they want to keep this in their control spectrum.
And that's right in the wheelhouse of the Gatesville Hornets. They've been having no issues with being able to rush the ball, take time off the clock, control the time of possessions, limits the offense of the opposing team. So they look to do that, like you said, Lee, here against Seeley. Seeley got the early momentum with that big explosive play on their first drive. It's going to be number 18 kicking off for Seeley.
And that one's going out the back of the end zone, so Hornets will start this one.
He put a boot on that one, didn't he?
Yeah. So this is going to be started at the 25.
And this offense is going to be heavy reliant on Rayshawn Smith. But don't be surprised if you see Jack Irwin pop open on a long post. He's been known to do the past few weeks. Seeley defense going to be tested, particularly on the interior defensive line. They're going to be tested. Rayshawn Smith is a handful of tackle, and almost no one tackles him on the first contact. So it's going to be a team effort for the Seeley Tigers on defense.
Speaking of, there's Rayshawn. Pitch to him. Initial contact made, but he's going to still pick up about 5.
And he's still up.
Blow the whistle.
You had number 6 for Seeley in on the starting the tackle, which was Javian Grant, also helped out by his teammate number 10, Darian Burns. That took about 5 or 6 Tigers in order to bring the Hornet down, and I don't think they actually got him down before the whistle blew. Big, tall order to ask. Tackle Rayshawn Smith of the Gatesville Hornets.
Hornets single back, no receiver spread wide. Hand off to Rayshawn, who's dancing around.
He's still driving his feet and carrying 2 Tigers with him on his back.
Number 11, Rayshawn Smith picking up the first down, moving this one out to almost about the, looks like we're going to mark him at the 44. He had 1 on his back and 1 wrapped around his right ankle and still picked up 5 yards after that initial contact.
He initially had number 0, Noah Washington, riding his back. I hope Noah Washington gave him some gas money for that ride.
So have you been working at home on puns to come up with your game?
I'm trying to script this first quarter as best I can, Adam.
All right, Hornets first and 10 from the 44. They're going to go single receiver left and right, single back. Number 20, Keaton in motion left. And that intended receiver was Keaton. It's going to fall short just at his feet.
Number 2, Elijah Sanders, was there on the coverage on the incomplete pass. Right now, Gatesville Hornets are doing what they like. They, run the ball right down Seeley defense's neck here. Seeley defense playing heavy on the run on this play.
Rayshawn, your running back. He's trying to find the sideline to get a little help just to get back up to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be there just past, pick up probably about 1.5 on that carry. Set up a very long 3rd and 9 for the Hornets.
That was number 34, Isaiah Duke's self, bringing him or escorting him out of bounds. And Seeley had some great penetration in, but Rayshawn Smith doing what he does so well, cutting back in as best he can and keeping that play from having negative yards to positive yards. But Seeley defenders all over that play and had penetration on the line of scrimmage.
Is this 4-down territory for the Hornets, though?
It feels early in your own territory, doesn't it? Unless I just feel like it's a little early in your own territory.
Oh, intended for Irwin on that.
Number 19, the intended receiver. Keaton, the quarterback, number 4, was definitely under duress as he faded back on that one. Never able to get his feet set to make a good pass. So we are going to be looking at 4th down, but it's going to be a punt. Number 14, Wes Allman, back to punt for the Hornets.
Okay, that first drive for the Gatesville Hornet offense is not quite what they had won, but they're looking for their defense now to give them the ball back with a stop.
That was number 0 on the punt return. Picks up about 3 after the catch.
That was number 23, Brady Gist for Gatesville Hornets making the tackle. No doubt that the Gatesville Hornet defensive backs are talking to each other, communicating with each other, and make sure that they don't let a Seeley Tiger run past them again. Keep everything in front. That's what the defensive backs and linebackers want to do. Keep everything in front tonight. Seeley has a fantastic aerial strike on their offense. Looks like number 10, Amos Phillips, and number 9, Dutch Nielsen, in on the tackle.
Bringing down number 5, Castillo.
So Seeley was like they were trying to mix it up a little bit. Gatesville definitely playing the run on that play.
Single back, 2 receivers left and right for Seeley. Quarterback's looking left. And well defended by number 13 of the Hornets. That was number 2, the intended receiver.
That's Dylan Watts on that play. I'm telling you, Dylan Watts was looking at that quarterback the entire way, knew that play was coming. He drove on the receiver, and no doubt was a big part of why that pass was incomplete.
Yeah, Elijah Sanders, the intended receiver, they're unable to get a hand on that. Just not enough time to actually bring it in. Good coverage there by the Hornets.
And great job by Dylan Watts, making sure he didn't force a contact too early and drawing the pass interference flag. Looks like there's a little action here.
Little false start there.
False start, offense, number 55. Five-yard penalty, third down.
A couple of Tigers getting a little anxious down there. It tend to happen in a game of this magnitude. A lot of tension in the air.
Well, and that was on that right side. When I guarantee you, their coaches point out that on game film, the quick step from Dutch Nielsen.
Wow.
Xavier Clear on that left side. Quarterback rolling right. He's got his receiver, 0 Washington. Noah Washington, the receiver.
Gatesville Hornet defense applying pressure. The Sealy Tiger quarterback was able to step up in the pocket and deliver a strike to his receiver. It looks like he was finally brought down or escorted out of bounds by number 21, Clark Allman. Looks like the quarterback's going to keep it here.
And he's going to pick up about 8 on that carry there. That's number 7. Kane Kilo, is that Kilo?
I think it's Kill-Off, isn't it? Or we're going to take a TV timeout.
We're back after that break. Sealy, motion left. And we're going to have a flag before this one even gets started. Usually indicates false start or...
That's the second false start for the Sealy Tigers on this drive. And what that does for the Gatesville defense is puts them into longer yardage. Makes the Sealy offense a little more predictable for them. Again, Sealy's primary attack focus is through the air.
Back to the same play, motion left. Quarterback steps back. He's looking left. He's got number 0, Washington, all alone out here on the outside. Picks up a first down. It's going to move the ball up to about the 44, 1st and 10 for the Sealy Tigers.
Gatesville Hornets look like they brought pressure. Quarterback stepped in the pocket. He found his target, Sanders, and had a big gain before he was escorted the sidelines by Logan Biggs, number 5. Who looked like he was shaken up a little bit on a previous 2 plays ago. It looks like he got his win back and he's back in the game.
Quarterback pulls this one down, finds his receiver, number 8 for the Sealy Tigers. That's A.J. Capone.
Well, number 13, Dylan Watts, tackling the former Mafia member, Capone.
No relation.
Another big gain by Sealy. Sealy right now pushing the Gatesville Hornet defense.
Definitely a fast-paced air raid offense here that the Tigers are utilizing. Some quarterback pulls it in, keeps it. He's finding his way to the outside. One to beat on the right side. He's going to find the sideline before escorted out. That was number 14 for the Hornets, pushing him out of bounds. But not before the first down is picked up.
That was a good job by Wes Allman, at least getting a good angle on him, because if Allman doesn't get the right angle, that quarterback's in for a touchdown for Sealy.
All right, see, looking at 1st and 10, so they will have the opportunity to pick up a first down before a touchdown.
Sealy doing a very good job, Adam, of balancing their offense. They're doing run, they're doing some bootlegs, they're doing quarterback runs, and of course they're doing passes, keeping Gatesville Hornets on their heels.
Quarterback pulls it down. He's running right.
Ball carrier Kane Hilo. Stop by number 13, Dylan Watts.
Looks like number 13, Dylan Watts, on the tackle again on that quarterback design run.
2nd, short and 1 for the Tigers. 7:39 to go in the first quarter here.
Did like a little play action. He kind of did a fake handoff and decided, I guess it was like a read option. Quarterback decided to keep because Sealy's running back got lit up by a Gatesville Hornet.
All right, Sealy in a rare 2 running back formation here. Let's see if they're going to actually hand this off. Running back moves. Rolls left. Quarterback's going to stroll this one in for another touchdown for the Tigers.
Gatesville defense had their hands full. Again, Sealy choosing to go back-to-back plays on a quarterback run. Prior to that, they benefited from a pass, runs. They did a little bit of everything, a mixture of everything. Quarterback run, running back run, quarterback design runs, and receiving some good passes. So good job of Sealy Tigers keeping their offense well balanced. And so far, they're humming like a well-oiled machine here as they take an early 14-point lead.
All right, so with that, we will be right back.
Higginbotham Brothers, serving communities for over 140 years. At Higginbotham's, we have always been committed to our local community. Shop our store for our full line of building supplies, choose from our top brands like all our steel products. Check out our full line of Valspar paints. We are your hunting and fishing headquarters, so come in for your hunting and fishing license. Higginbotham's proudly supports Gatesville Athletics. Go Hornets!
I think some people are.
We're back on this one as the Hornets are ready to go. They're out on the field. Kickoff from number 18 of the Sealy Tigers forthcoming.
I know it's still early yet, Adam, but you almost feel like in this possession, Gatesville's definitely needing something to get momentum back on their side. I know it doesn't mean that no reason to hit the panic button or anything like that, but they definitely need to see something to grab from this, something positive. Moving the ball down, take some time off, keep the Sealy Tigers offense off the field because they're proven to be effective tonight.
Absolutely. And the Hornets, they've got something hanging on there. Rayshawn definitely moving the ball very well for the Hornets. Had a good thing going until they stalled out there. They're not even going to get an attempt on this return as that one sails out the back of the end zone. So Hornets will be coming out to the 25. 1st and 10 with 7:13 left to go in this first quarter.
Gatesville Hornets, nothing new. They've been down before double digits. We've seen footage on that. So their coaching staff, the Hornet coaching staff, has got this team prepared. They're not batting an eye, folks. At this deficit.
No, definitely not where they want to be, but nothing that they can't overcome. They're definitely a team that has had their backs against the wall and able to find a way to scratch through. They did that against Conley to make it into the playoffs this season. So we'll see what they're going to be able to do here, see if the coaches make the adjustments that they need to make to move things forward. Rayshawn around the left side. That's number 11, Rayshawn Smith's going to pick up the first down.
There was 3 Tigers in on the tackle, but led by number 0, Noah Washington.
Young man's doing a great job on both sides of the balls for the Tigers.
I've always wondered why a player would want to choose number 0. You know what I mean? It just sets you up to get trash talked on the field or whatever. I know it's got nothing to do with the young man's play, but just a 0.
Well, that it used to be. Nobody wanted to be 0 whenever at your age. But the now they, you get that 0. Quarterback pulls this one down. He just heaves it down the field, luckily, just to get it away to avoid the sack.
That was number 6 of the Sealy Tigers, Javion Grant, all in the Gatesville Hornet, all in Keaton's face, forcing him to get rid of that ball just a second sooner than he probably wanted to. Wasn't able to get the sack, but the pressure led to that incomplete pass for the Sealy Tigers. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Hornets.
2nd and long. See if they go back with a run. pass is just not working for him tonight as the line is not able to hold the defensive line out. Number 11, Rayshawn Smith, able to get back up to the line of scrimmage.
Number 6, Davian Grant on the tackle, also with the help of number 57, Kane Stone for the Sealy Tigers. And reality, there was about 4 Tigers in on that tackle, as very very common with tackling Rayshawn Smith. Is there a timeout? Somebody call a timeout? Who called a timeout?
Yes, there's an injured player, so they're asking to reset the clock to 6:16.
Okay, so just an injury timeout, no timeout called by Gatesville or Sealy. And Gatesville, I like the idea, if I'm on the Gatesville Hornet sideline, I like the idea that they're not abandoning the run. It go with what got you here.
We're just looking at long third and long for the Hornets.
Defense playing a run here.
They are sold out all up in the line. Quarterback keeps. He's going to sell this out to Saunders. Saunders is going to pick up 4, but he's cut short before he can make it to the sideline to pick up that first down. So Hornets looking at a long 4th and 6.
That was number 6, Javian Grant, making a great open field tackle because it was nothing but green grass for that Hornet to run. Not a bad play call. You had Sealy Tigers selling completely out on the run. Great job. It's a great call. Bootleg to the right side. But number 6 just all over it, and he was the only Tiger around.
High punt by Allman.
Oh,
and it's muffed. It's on the ground, but like 27 for Sealy is going to pick that one up. That was in and out of the hands of number 0, Washington.
And that's something the Gatesville Hornets want to force, a turnover. Nothing will get the momentum in their favor faster than a turnover.
I'm not sure how to add to that one.
Well, then let's subtract.
A handoff? Maybe a handoff would get into their hands a little bit faster?
The literal ball. Gatesville Hornet defense looking to get their first stop of the night against this highly talented aerial Sealy offense. They are high flying tonight here in Bryan. They look to pass.
That was number 4 on the reception, all alone out on the outside there, crying. Weston crying.
And he was definitely crying because West Allman was there on the coverage, and he knew a hit was coming as Allman scored that young man out of bounds. But not before he picked up a Sealy Tiger first down. Sealy back to pass once again. That is picked off by number 10, Amos Phillips. There you go. There's a fast way to get a turnover. Gatesville Hornet.
That'll do it for you.
And I'm going to tell you, some pass wasn't that bad. It was just great defense, great defensive back work by Amos Phillips, doing nothing new, getting a turnover for his Gatesville Hornets, a much-needed turnover.
I'm sure as soon as he picked that one up, he was thinking about that fumble recovery from last week. Unable to get the 6 from this one, but we'll take the turnovers. It gives the Hornets excellent field position on the 31.
Sealy defense, no doubt, going to prepare for a heavy dosage of Rayshawn Smith coming up here.
Likely the case as he's lined up as a lonely back. There's the pitch to him. His quarterback, the lead blocker, up the middle of that hole on the left side.
That was number 0 and number 23 on the tackle. Number 0 being Noah Washington. Number 23 being Jaden Hernandez.
And that was a 4-yard pickup by number 11, Rayshawn Smith for the Hornets.
I tell you what, I think everyone on the Sealy Tigers defense has reached out and touched Rayshawn Smith at least once tonight.
Well, he's moving the ball all over the field, but that also goes just how well the Sealy Tigers are flowing to the ball.
Tiger defense playing run.
Well, inside pitch up to number 20, Grady Keaton for the Hornets.
Number 57, Kane Stone on the tackle. Tiger defense playing their run defense. Their interior defensive lineman smelled that a mile away and made a great tackle. I'm going to bring up 3rd down for the Gatesville Hornets against the Sealy Tiger defense here.
Sealy back up with 5 on the line, so they're selling out for this run again. Pitch to Rayshawn 11. Cuts back in, trying to get away from him, but he's going to lose about 1 on the carry.
Gatesville Hornets look to be going. I think they're going to bring their punt team on now. Well,
yep, we've got a. No, we're not. We are.
No, they're gonna.
They brought out a couple different receivers, but we're still in the.
Go for it situation.
Absolutely, you're down by 2 touchdowns. This close, you might as well go for it, right?
Maybe try to draw them off sides a little bit before you do.
High snap, brought down. Jump ball to number 10, Amos Phillips. He tracked that one all the way to the sideline, but just over the top of his head.
Amos Phillips was double covered by number 2, Elijah Sanders, and number 6, Jalen Grant. Ugh, let me spit that out. Good job by the Sealy Tiger defense, giving up no points on that Gatesville Hornet turnover. So far tonight, Sealy defense and Sealy offense showing up. Gatesville defense needs a stop. They need to surrender no points here to avoid going down 3 scores.
Quarterback number 7, Kane, keeps that one. He's going to pick up positive yards, though, about 1 on the carry.
That was Amos Phillips pushing the Sealy Tiger quarterback out of bounds. I believe his name is Killoff.
What's the field announcer saying? How's he doing it?
I've kind of been toning him out. Kind of what we do with Lee from time to time.
Careful. He's been quiet over there.
As I get fired, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Hornet defense looking to to put pressure on the Sealy Tiger.
A little pressure. He's having to look deep.
He has a man wide open.
Golly.
And that's number 4 for the Sealy Tigers, picking that one up. Weston Cryon.
And that was number 13, Dylan Watson on the
But before we move the ball, we do have a little laundry on the field.
It looks like the Sealy offense is backing up, Adam, so that's bad news for Sealy, good news for Gatesville. Yeah. Probably the reason why that Sealy Tiger, while Killoff had some time to throw.
Can't do that if you want to have any success launching it down the field. And it's going to happen. You know, it took a little while for that play to develop, and that's a long time to ask these young men to hold a block.
Yeah. And when Gatesville Hornet came with pressure, they had 3 lined up on the line, but they brought 4. And that's a tough ask for 3 seconds. You know, what they say after 3 seconds, the quarterback needs to get rid of that ball. And after 3 seconds, this quarterback's taking off running.
Once again, that was number 7, your ball carrier.
And it looks like number 22, Xavier Clater, in on the tackle. So Sealy continuing to move the ball against the Gatesville Hornet defense.
Apologize, I've been addressing some issues. Apparently there is a dual broadcast that's going on that people are clicking on the wrong one, and it's ESPN radio, and they've got everything all messed up on their stream. Got the wrong scores and everything else, so it's confusing people, and we apologize for that, but it has nothing to do with us. We have everything correct.
I've seen the ESPN morning programming. I'm surprised by nothing.
Number 25 for Sealy, your ball carrier there. 25, Romeo Castillo.
Looks like number 22, Xavier Clayton
Clater.
in on the tackle. Who
Xavier Clater.
He loves. I'm gonna get that right.
You better
I've been
get it
calling
right,
him
'cause
Slater, Clayton.
I will correct you on
No,
that,
this
young
is
man.
not Saved by the Bell.
I've been watching that. Yeah, that's
It's not Slater, it's Clater.
Quarterback looking left, and he's got his receiver, number 4, picking up the first down.
He does a
Weston Cryon again.
Crayon does a spin move against the Hornets, and number 10, Amos Phillips, finally been able to bring him back down, but not before he got a first down. So far, Gatesville Hornets not having an answer for the Sealy Tiger offense.
Well, Sealy's doing a great job of just moving the ball around to multiple different receivers.
Their offense
And
is
that and
definitely
the quarterback pulling it down and doing what he's doing right there.
All right, Adam, let me try this again. Number 22, Xavier Clater, in on the tackle on that one.
You better get that right. Like I said, I'm proud of that young man. He's done a great job for the Hornets this year. Definitely stepped up when they needed him to.
He loves to make plays behind the line of scrimmage, causing plays for losses, getting sacks. He is the Gatesville Hornets sack leader. He's got 6 on the season. That fine young man's having a good season.
Sealy slowing down their play call a little bit here as we're winding down the end of the first quarter. Quarterback, he's scanning the field. He's in the third progression before the Hornets get him. They're going to sack him for a loss. That was number 9, Dutch Nielsen for the Hornets.
And I tell you what, credit to Kiloff having strong hands, because I don't know how he kept that ball, because that had strip sack written all over it. Looks like that's going to be into the first quarter. We're going to flip fields here. So far, first quarter's been all Sealy Tiger.
All right, we're about to get the second quarter underway. Hornets trailing the Sealy Tigers 14-0.
Sealy Tigers right now wanting to mirror everything they did in the first quarter. Gatesville Hornet need to have a second quarter themselves here to keep this game close.
Reception's going to be there across the middle.
That's going to be number 13, Dylan Watson on the tackle.
Number 8 was the receiver. First time we've heard him catching one.
Again, that goes to what you're talking about, Adam. They're spreading the ball around. If you're the Gatesville Hornet, you're trying to zero in on Elijah Sanders. You're trying to zero in number, 0. Now you got number 8 to deal with, running back, and then, of course, the quarterback keeping it.
And every one of them is dangerous after they can make that catch or pulling it down. Those
My
run
goodness.
after catch yards are adding up quickly for the Tigers.
That was a great tackle by number 13, Dylan Watts. In on the solo tackle, constantly moving his legs and keeping that ball carrier in front of him. That was going to be a no gain.
The ball carrier number 2, Elijah Sanders.
Oh, he got a 1-yard gain, but let me tell you something. Dylan Watts was moving his feet, everything was textbook tackle for that young man.
Quarterback pulls this one down. He's trying to make his way up the middle. And that's where he's going to end up at the touchdown for the Tigers.
I'm not sure if that was a design run or if he just felt like he had to step up in the pocket and saw a huge running lane and just decided to take off because Gatesville Hornets had pressure both on the left and right-hand side.
I'm thinking that was more of a design run. He never...
That was number 7 Kill-Off on the scoring the touchdown. Sealy Tigers take a 21-0 lead with 10:52 left to go in the second quarter. Been all Sealy Tigers so far tonight in this regional matchup.
I'm David Venture.
Our staff is highly trained to help our customers with the collision claims processing with all insurance companies. Our collision repair techs are fully skilled to make necessary repairs to get your vehicle back to pre-accident condition. And with our newly added paint booth and color match paint system, we can get your car or truck back on the road. So give us a call at 254-865-6338.
Looks like we have a new center snapping the ball. Kaufman.
But a little bit of a change for the Hornets there.
Being down 21-0, very important possession right here for Gatesville. And Lee, you talked about when they had the ball in their own 45, if they had the opportunity where they go for it on 4th down, they might just do that going forward here on out. Everything might be 4th down territory. I know it's a bit early, folks. It's still early. 21-point lead so far, though. The Sealy Tigers offense, the Gatesville Hornet defense has not had an answer yet to stop it.
And another deep kick. This one's going to be actually caught in field of play. That's number 20 for the Hornets. Sorry, number 23 for the Hornets. Brady Gist.
We got number 2, Elijah Sanders, making his presence known on both sides of the ball. Having a little Travis Hunter action going on down there. Playing both ways. Boy, I tell you, when you ask a player to play both ways, that takes some conditioning, particularly when you play receiver and defensive back. As every play you're running 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards, and coming back to the huddle.
Well, you know, it's the same thing. You're going to brag about stop it. You're going to brag about your fast, skinny, position players. Try being a big old lineman pushing up against some other, 250-pound guy just trying to shove you out of the way the entire time.
Spoken like a true offensive lineman, but you're absolutely right. We got to give love to the offensive linemen. As they got a dirty job. They're down there blocking. They're in the trenches and pushing bodies around. So a good shout out to those offensive linemen. And you, Adam Baker.
Oh, flag on the play.
Speaking of offensive linemen. Oh, no.
Yep. That would have been the skill players that caused that one, not the linemen.
Right. That blew up right in my face, Adam.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't going to point it out.
Gatesville signals in the next play here. And Gatesville offense, important for them not to panic. Once again, 21 points. This is not in unknown waters for the Gatesville Hornets. They know how to react to this. Not necessarily business as usual and not something that they'd want or ideal, but nonetheless, they have been here before. They know, no doubt that they know what to do here. See the Tigers playing run defense.
That was number 11, Rayshawn Smith.
Number 15, Isaac Taylor on the tackle. Going to bring up 2nd down for the Gatesville Hornets. Sealy Tigers are right now trying to guess whether they're going to run or pass here.
2nd and 15 are what the Hornets are facing. 10-13 left to go here in the second. Single back, receivers left. Pitch to Rayshawn, double pitch.
He's got a guy wide open here.
That's going to be number 10, Amos Phillips, who's down the sideline. Giving chase is number 0, Washington.
There he goes,
around.
shakes off number 0 and number 11 for the, number 11 for the Sealy Tigers. Boy,
I want to see that one again. It's going to be number 10, Amos Phillips, who's down the sideline. Giving
There
chases.
he goes, taking that one.
Number 0,
He's a little
Washington.
There he
spin
goes.
cycle
Shakes
right there
off
at the
number
end.
0.
Twist and
number
breaks
11.
down his feet.
Adam, can you send that to NFL Films? Because that's going to be on your Angry Run segment that they like to do on Tuesday mornings. I mean, he stiff-armed that Sealy Tiger. Great run, great speed, great athleticism by Amos Phillips. And big explosive plays just like that gets the Gatesville Hornets back in this game. Once again, they're not panicking. They've been here before. There's no need to keep repeating it, even though I keep repeating it.
I was about to say, you've repeated it a few times.
Just letting the audience know that Gatesville Hornets have faced this hill to climb before, and they're starting their trajectory right now. And good start as of this big explosive play.
To draw within 14, you got to start somewhere. So with that, Hornets, like I said, draw within 14 as they're trailing 7-21 under the Sealy Tigers off of the little double trip handball pass. Statue of Liberty annexation of New Mexico play.
That happens when you run the ball as effective as Rayshawn Smith does. The defense sells out, and we'll go to commercial.
Sons, serving Gatesville and surrounding communities since 1962. Need used auto parts? We have motors, transmissions, lights, mirrors, and wheels. All parts carry a 90-day warranty. We are Gatesville's only local glass shop. We provide glass replacements and chip repairs. Insurance claims welcome, so give us a call at 254-865-6269 for an appointment or questions about inventory. Quinton and Sons, we are Hornet proud.
And with that, we're back underway as the Hornets are about to kick this one off.
And like we talked about, those two handoffs to Rayshawn Smith, that led to that play-action pass where it seemed like everybody in the backfield had their hands on the ball. Like you said, it was like a play-action, fake handoff, but then a handoff, Statue of Liberty, annexation of, Puerto Rico play. So a little bit of everything on that Gatesville big explosive play. And then I love that Amos Phillips stiff arm. Again, look, we had an onside kick here. And it looks like Gatesville Hornet, he almost had that ball recovered and then lost it out of bounds.
Well, we've got a flag on the far side. We're going to see if I think there may be an offsides against the Hornets.
I think you're right, Adam. One of the special team players got crossed the line before the ball did.
Pick off out of bounds. That's a decline. Offside. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Sealy.
Either that referee's mic is cutting out or he's saying a bunch of cuss words that doesn't want to be aired. But either way, it's going to be Sealy ball.
I'm going to go with poor mic connection, and it happens. So both penalties were against the Hornets. They're going to be declined. The first one, which is a kickoff out of bounds, but they will accept the offside. It's going to move the ball 5 yards up from where it went out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the midfield line.
Gatesville Hornet looking for a stop here.
Rare handoff there by the Sealy Tigers.
That's brought down by Xavier Slater and Amos Phillips of the Gatesville Hornet defense.
And that was number 25.
Number 22 and number 10.
Romeo Castillo there, number 25, the ball carrier.
We're over here just shouting out numbers like we're an Algebra 2 teacher.
Playing bingo or something.
If you have your bingo card at home, that was 22 and 15 on the tackle, 25 on the carry.
That would be B10 and I22.
Oh, man. Here we go. Back up to the line. Once again, single back. 4 receivers. Definitely a passing situation, consistent with the style of play the Tigers have faced.
Oh, my goodness.
And
the defender had good angle on it, but he overshot the ball, and just like that.
Number 2, Elijah Sanders is going to get that one in the end zone for him.
Yeah, that was number 5, Logan Biggs, doing everything he can, trying to force that ball out. After it was good coverage. The Sealy Tiger just broke a tackle. Logan Biggs did everything he could to take that ball out. It was still great effort.
Oh, it was great coverage. He was able to get over there. That ball just kind of looked weird. It got up in the air and kind of stalled out a little bit, kind of a little bit of a
lot of hang time.
I'm not sure if the wind had any impact on it because there is a little bit of wind picking up down there on the field. That extra point is up and good.
I tell you what, Xavier Clater is going to block one before the night's over. He's he's just a hair little too late after the ball's been kicked, but he's about to block one. I just feel it tonight. We'll go to commercial.
Years, First National Bank has been your hometown community bank, serving you with the best in financial services. From checking, savings, home, auto, and personal loans, First National Bank does it all with the integrity of a true community bank, taking great pride in having served our community and the surrounding areas since 1912. Come see why Coryell County trusts our award-winning service with their financial well-being and security. First National Bank, always putting you first.
Jacob, what do you think?
Well, I'm thinking that right now the Gatesville down 28-7. Their offense is going to have to once again step up and get another big play. But most importantly, their offense can get all the big plays they want. The Gatesville Hornets has got to get a stop on defense. They've gotten one. It was a turnover. But other than that, the Sealy Tigers have not punted. So it's very important. Gatesville Hornets have got to stop the ball. Complementary football. Score a touchdown, get a defensive stop. Keep the momentum on the Gatesville Hornets side. Tilt the field, if you will, in their favor.
Absolutely correct on that. And that's one thing I was going to say is that Gatesville they're going to have to get that stop. I mean, they're not going to stop the big play that Sealy has. They're going to bust one eventually, but they've got to come up with some stops, at least to slow them down, give them their offense has got to keep from stalling out. They've got to put some points on the board, get back into this one. Definitely possible because this game is going rather slowly, as far as for the points that are on the board.
Looks like the turf monster was out there.
Yeah, reached up there and grabbed his feet and stopped him from making a clean handle on that one. That was number 23 for the Hornets.
The Gatesville Hornet offense looks to pick up right where they left off last series. They had a great series lap. Well balanced, run the ball, then play off that run with a fake and left Amos Phillips wide open out there. Stiff arm and Sealy Tiger. The offense looks to do more of that here.
Well, it's playoff season. It's time to pull anything out of the back of the playbook, stuff you worked on the first week of camp, a month and two ago, which seems like just yesterday. But, man, that's been a couple months back that we were just getting the season started.
Yeah, time's flying by. We're almost going to Christmas here.
Rayshawn Smith, number 11 for the Hornets, not able to get anything going on that one as he's met behind the line by about three different Tigers.
That was number 23 starting the lead charge for the Tigers. That's Jaden Hernandez as he gobbles up Rayshawn Smith the day after Thanksgiving.
2nd and 13 for the Hornets, 8:30 on the clock.
Right now, Sealy playing the run.
Yeah, they're bringing their inside linebackers 60% of the time. They're blitzing in on this one. Rayshawn doing good just to get back up to the original line of scrimmage.
And that was brought down by number 57, Kane Stone, for the Sealy Tigers. No. Looks like
Hornets going with a personnel change. Looks like we got a little bit more of the speed hands team coming out there.
Bringing in the receiver package.
Tell you what, the height of Wes Allman, you can almost just throw it up there on a 50-50 ball, and it's more like a 80-20 ball with him.
Well, you got Wes Allman, Amos Phillips, and then Egling out there, and all of those guys are 6'3" or taller.
Well, if they don't get some blocking up there to give Keaton a chance to throw that ball.
Gates is going to call a timeout. And I guess we're going to go to timeout.
Well, do you need to go to timeout?
No, I do not.
Well, we're going to go to timeout anyway, and we'll be right back.
Coryell Welder Supply, locally owned and operated by Danny Scruggs, is your local one-stop shop for all your welding and metal fabricating needs. Located at 412 East Main Street in Gatesville, Coryell Welder Supply can provide you with welding gas, bottle rentals, welding rods, new welding machines and repairs, and much, much more. Give them a call at 865-5605 or drop by. You'll be glad you did.
This is what I was afraid of. There's a shot of your cheerleaders for the Hornet team as we were on the home side of the field tonight.
Yeah,
all I'm doing is listening,
Gatesville Hornets have been fortunate enough to be the home team on every game, although we're far away from home, so it's weird calling these games home team. As the Gatesville Hornets are down 28-7, 7:27 left to go in the second quarter. As we've got some Sealy Tiger fans and Gatesville Hornet fans listening in. This pass is
intended for number 19, Jack Irwin of the Hornets.
Got a lot of air underneath that one. That was number 14 in on the coverage. That's going to be Brandon Birdlet.
Fourth and 13 for the Hornets. Wes Allman back to punt out of his own end zone.
This is not an ideal place to go for it. That's a captain obvious deal.
Well, unless he gets it in the upper atmosphere, because the wind is in his favor right now.
Kick it away from this returner. He's dangerous.
And Adam, I think they're going to do just that.
Well, it's going to hit about
It's going to take a Sealy Tiger bounce. And
41 before it takes that Sealy bounce. So it's going to go out of bounds at the 39.
Sealy Tiger offense going to set up shop into Gatesville Hornet territory.
First and 10 from the 39. 7:14 left to go in the second quarter. Hornets trailing 28-7.
Gatesville Hornet defense has got to get a turnover. Something here. Nope. Don't let them score points. Sealy Tiger offense, on the other hand, looking to do another big explosive play, score points, keep the momentum going for Sealy. Don't take their foot off the throttle.
Quarterback keeps. He's looking down. Wide open. And unable to bring it in was number 5 for the Tigers.
That was number 5. Logan Biggs on the coverage, but I guess that was one of those lights must have gotten in his eyes as Jerry Jones's wide receivers of the Dallas Cowboys kind of know that feeling.
Nobody cares about the Cowboys. Move it along.
Hey, they got a win on Thanksgiving.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh man, that was a great Thanksgiving. You had great food. Great food. You know my favorite thing about Thanksgiving though, if you and your food beside the food and the Cowboys win.
Okay.
If you ever get in an argument with your in-laws, you can always just give them the bird and move on.
Oh, stop it. So with that, 2nd and 10 for the Sealy Tigers. Low snap, able to be handled by the quarterback, number 7. Kane Kilo able to bring that one under control and picks up 2 yards on the carry.
22. Xavier Slater making a great tackle there.
3rd and long for the Sealy Tigers.
Something we haven't said much tonight, Adam. A 3rd and long for the Sealy Tiger offense. This offense has been so explosive on first down, second down, not having to deal with third downs.
And even whenever they had come across a 3rd down, it's not been anything they were. I mean, it doesn't look like it changed up any of their play call or anything. They're still staying consistent, and they know their big play is just one play away.
I like the idea of Gatesville Hornet trying to bring pressure. Again, pressure in the Sealy Tigers' face. Pass was to number 0. Throw a little sooner than he wanted to. Number 5, Logan Biggs.
That was 0 Noah Washington, the intended receiver. I think a little miscommunication between him and the quarterback. Quarterback saw a wide open end zone between Washington and went for a little bit deeper pass.
Highly unusual position for them to be in on the 4th down. I mean, we haven't seen this yet.
No, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to see a punt either. What do you think?
No, I don't think they brought their punter.
Oh, you don't think they're going to punt?
I would not expect that's going to happen.
All right, let's see what the Hornets defense has in store for this 4th down play.
I like
you want them to see bring pressure. The sink. Hold on the left side of the line here. Not called as a pass back to the left side.
It's called.
It is. The flag is thrown, so this one's most likely going to be coming back.
Folks, that's not an 18-wheeler backing up. That's the Sealy Tiger offense.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to
Stop it.
help you out there with that one.
That beautiful run by Romeo Castillo on the opposite side of the call. And that's going to be one of those plays that the coaches it'll just drive you crazy because that holding was on this right side of the line. The run went to the left. Opposite side of the run, so wasn't even needed.
It looked like some of the Tigers were down there discussing. He was like, what?
I'm actually surprised that flag was thrown so late when it was almost that holding was almost isolated all in no man's land. Like you said, it really had nothing to do with the play, but yet so obvious that Helen Keller could see that from here. And yet you called it before the ref did, Adam. He must have been listening into your headset going, I better call this one.
We got him mic'd up like that.
Holy cow, this is
when
the
you're
Sealy
the goat.
Tiger punter.
When you're the goat.
They woke the punter up for this one.
Got the punter here. He doesn't have his pads on, just a helmet and a jersey.
Stop. High snap. He brings it down. Plenty of time to get this one off, but it's not to be a little short of the return man for the Hornets.
It's going to take a Sealy Tiger bounce here.
And finally kneel down at the 11.
Well, that's still a good stop for the Gatesville Hornet defense. No points. Holding penalty kind of backed them up, backed the Sealy Tigers offense up. The Sealy Tiger defense, on the other hand, looks to stop the Gatesville Hornets like they've been kind of doing, with the exception of one big explosive play to Amos Phillips.
I want to say absolutely. And
if Tom Brady does it, it can't be wrong.
Tom Brady says it. I mean, it's got to be right. That's what they say.
Most definitely a correct assumption on y'all's part.
And technically, Adam, you've been broadcasting longer, so he's actually copying off of you.
Absolutely. So we're going to switch the backs up. Amos, sorry, that's going to be Gary Keaton, the quarterback. Hands off to number 11, Rayshawn Smith. Takes the first hit just past the line of scrimmage, turns around back to the defense and pushes forward for another 3 yards. Going to be 2nd and 5 for the Hornets.
That was number 23, Jaden Hernandez. But did you see the first Tiger that bounced right off of Rayshawn Smith? I mean, my goodness. Rayshawn Smith put a licking on him, knocked the stripes off of that Tiger. But, boy, it was a heck of a contact play. Great job by Sealy Tigers defense for bringing him down.
Knocked the stripes off of him. Did you write that last week?
He's been all Tiger-fied for the past 3 weeks
Googling
here.
anything to do football-related Tiger terms.
Oh, we've got two.
Maybe an offside call.
And it's been brought in.
Did you see that grab?
That was strong hands, bring it into his body, going up in the air and going to get it. Well, he went in the second layer of atmosphere to grab that ball.
He did, but the ref is going to wave it off saying incomplete. But there are two penalties.
I'm not buying that. Where's the instant replay is not there, was it?
Not there because it did hit the ground. I would call it.
I see no instant replay, so it's he said, she said.
It's a moot point as there was a false start or illegal shift for the Gatesville offense.
So back them up.
At least they get to replay the down.
See what you did there.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad deal on an incomplete. You get the chance to do it again. And it's the illegal shift. So it's a 5-yard variety type, not a drive killer holding penalty.
Hornets going 2 receivers right. Saunders up on the line, single back with number 11, Rayshawn Smith. Keaton pulls us down. He's looking. He's going deep on the right side to number 20, Grady Keaton, and that one's going to go incomplete.
Number 2, Elijah Sanders in on the coverage. A lot of contact on both ends. Nothing that warranted a flag or nothing like that. Just good old-fashioned hand check in between the receiver and defensive back led to an incomplete pass. So far, Sealy Tiger defense doing a great job on the Gatesville Hornets, forcing them into a 3rd and long situation here, deep in their own territory.
Once again, we have a personnel change. We've got the receiver package out there. Last time we did that, we expected that pass, and they ended up going with the...
Yeah, well, they went with their high vertical...
Exactly.
Package. Sealy playing the run, or the pass, excuse me.
This is going to be a jump ball for number 14, Wes Allman.
That was a 14-on-14 crime as number 14 of Braden Burdilt in on coverage on that play.
So once again, number 14, Wes Allman will be kicking out of his own end zone. Do you go for it?
not this. I don't even think
sneaky?
You can if you're the Chicago Bears head coach. You'd go for it. Why not?
Getting a green light on something like this just depends on how hard do they come after him. How well does the offensive line split him open or push left to right?
Oh my goodness, it's blocked. Sealy's going to recover the ball at the 2-yard line, 1.5-yard line. That's going to be a...
how hard do they come after him? How well does the offensive line split him open or push left to right?
That snap off.
Oh, my goodness, it's blocked. Looked like he took a couple of extra seconds. He's going to recover the ball at the 2-yard line, 1.5. Looked like he...
Oh, now you play the instant replay. I see how you are.
Absolutely.
Almost like he just took a couple extra seconds just to make sure he directional kicks that, and that led to the Sealy Tiger blocking that punt.
Yeah, that defensive end came out. He came up with a wicked first step to get back there. Hornets had very little chance to even get a hand on him.
We're still questioning that first step, by the way. Just
Still
saying.
questioning it?
Yeah, I'm still questioning it.
I think you're right. I think you're right, Lee, but I'll go with it. Gatesville defense playing their goal line stance defense here.
Quarterback keeps looking left.
There's
Flag
a flag
on the play.
There's a flag.
Oh, my goodness, that's going against the offense, so they're going to back them up.
Well, you know it's going to be a call against the offense when you hear curse words from the coaching staff. Moving right along here, that's going to bring up first down once again.
First and goal from the 8. Looks like we're running the same play. Quarterback keep rolling left. And he's going to get in the end zone again on this one for another touchdown for the Sealy Tigers.
Yeah, Gatesville Hornets were in good pursuit, had a good angle. Quarterback Kelloff decided to cut it back in for the touchdown.
Well, one of the bad things is you can't dive for ankles when you're one-on-one in open field.
Yep.
You're going to get hurdled every time, and that's unfortunate that happens.
See the Tigers looking to make it a 35-7 score here. 4:41 left to go in the first half.
That was number 18 for the Sealy Tigers, putting that extra point on.
So far tonight, been all Sealy Tigers, offense and defense. They're doing a great job moving the ball.
First National Bank has been your hometown community bank, serving you with the best in financial services. From checking, savings, home, auto, and personal loans, First National Bank does it all with the integrity of a true community bank, taking great pride in having served our community and the surrounding areas since 1912. Come see why Coryell County trusts our award-winning service with their financial well-being and security. First National Bank, always putting you first.
Grady Keaton and number 23 for the Hornets going to be back deep. That number 23 is Brady Gist.
So it's going to be Grady and Brady. That's what you're telling us.
That's what I'm telling you.
All right, I'm going to have a sip of coffee on that
Brady bunch.
The
Wild Bunch.
Oh, that's I guess we're doing a joint effort with that cup of coffee. It looks very familiar as the cup I used to have.
You mean that one back there?
You know, this whole time I thought you were drinking my coffee. I just didn't want to say nothing. I was like, this guy just picked up my coffee.
Wait a minute.
I really
Somebody's
thought that was.
drinking your
That's
coffee
why
and
I
you
was
were-
trying to grab it.
I thought you were just being greedy.
No, I am the only child in my family, but no, I thought that was my cup of coffee. And I'm like, this guy's got some. He's bold. He's just.
I was about to roadhouse slap you.
Hey, we've got a game with the ball picked up at the 3. That's
he's
Grady.
go-
He's got the big first down carriage.
Carriage?
Carriage ride. Carry.
Come on, T-Biscuit.
Stop it.
That was number 18, Israel Santos, the kicker, making the last stand for the City Tigers. Otherwise, Gatesville Hornet, they were about to bust that one out to the end zone.
Grady had some definite moves coming through
About
there.
to
Able
bust
to clear
a
it out.
move.
No. You're going to bust a hip at your age.
Remember, you're talking about that middle 8, Adam. We're starting to fall into that category for Gatesville here. That last 4 minutes of the first half, and we'll see if the Gatesville Hornets can capitalize and stick to their philosophy.
Hand off to number 11, Rayshawn Smith. Finds on the left side of the line on the scrimmage. Going to pick up about 4 on that carry, almost 5. See where they get him finally marked down at.
Number 34, Isaiah Dukes self making the tackle himself.
That was a 5-yard pickup by Mr. Smith.
He makes those look so easy, and I assure you, obviously it's not that easy, but the way he makes defenders, Rayshawn Smith I'm talking about here, the way he makes defenders just bounce off of him is just uncanny.
Well, we're shifting everybody.
Yeah, it looks like the whole entire offense is in motion here.
Rayshawn, you forgot to shift.
This might be a pass. He has a man open. Oh, that was number 2. Elijah Sanders on the coverage and broke up that play.
Pass by number 5. Logan Biggs. That was intended for number 9, Dutch Nielsen, down the field. Would have been a beautiful 30-yard pickup for the Hornets, but in and out of the hands of Nielsen.
I like the play call. It was a good play call.
No, it was a beautiful play call. It just unfortunately the defender, I think, was just in the right angle to block and hinder the view because the pass was there.
Hornets staying in a passing formation, 2 receivers right, single back. Pitch to Rayshon. Bouncing off his quarterback's block here on the left side, unable to get anything past the line of scrimmage other than that initial 1 yard.
That was number 0 on the tackle. That's Noah Washington, but I think his own blocker gave him the biggest hit.
So Hornets are looking at a long 4th and 4.
No
Do
doubt.
not see the punter going out.
Yeah, you're going for it. There's absolutely no reason to punt it. 35-7, 28-point deficit. You've got to go for it. Got to make your possessions count. I like the call. It's the only call.
Well, actually, you've got probably a lot of calls.
Yeah.
The only armchair quarterback call that would be made was to go for it.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field, Hornets.
With the timeout, you know what that means for us?
We're going to take timeout on the broadcast here for just a moment.
Davidson's Auto Parts, a CarQuest parts supplier, has been serving the Gatesville community since 1975. Owned and operated by Alan and Gloria Davidson and their knowledgeable staff. They're ready to assist you with all your auto parts needs. Davidson's Auto Parts can assist you with those hard-to-find parts with their self-help section, as well as parts ordering. In-town delivery is also available. So stop in or give us a call and let Davidson's Auto Parts assist you with your automotive parts needs. Davidson's Auto Parts, 1811 East Main Street, or call 254-865-7257. Go Hornets!
Oh, my gosh. I wish we could have left the mic on just so everybody could hear Jacob in here throwing a fit that he thought Lee was drinking his coffee.
I love my coffee, folks, and all I kept thinking is, boy, Lee is as bold as a coffee that I like because he was just drinking it and presenting it like it was the most delicious Folgers in your cup coffee that he's ever tasted.
He reached over like he was going to take it, and I'm like, son, you ain't mountain grown. Watch out.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
In case you guys don't know, Lee's got a few pounds on me. I'm not going to win that one.
So we've got a bunch of movement going on over here. Keaton pulls us down, looking to Dutch Nielsen, the intended receiver before. Dutch is going to pick up the first down in this one and a few extra after that.
That was number 0, Noah Washington on the stop, and not before Gatesville picks up an all-important first down here.
That one moves the chains with 2:53 left to go in the first half.
I still feel very awkward saying number 0, but I got to get used to that. The only person I know that's number 0 is Rowdy from the Cowboys mascot, and I can't stand him.
I thought you were everything Cowboys.
That is a key first down for the Gatesville Hornets, Adam. That was
yes. I see how you just avoided that. Moving on along there, back to this game that we've got going on here between the Hornets.
See the Tiger playing run defense here.
Rayshon gets to the line and says he better shut up outside.
Late flag coming in. Was that
a
flag? Face mask or? Well, it's a late time to be called a holding there.
I'm not seeing a face mask because they were looking like they were all down around his waist, but
the instant replay would have told us.
Well, let's watch it. John gets to the line and says he better shut up outside.
Late flag coming in.
Was that a flag?
Face mask? I didn't see anything there. Holding.
Well, at least it's still first down.
That's what we've talked about. It's never a good time to get a holding call, but if you're going to get one, you want it to be first down. You don't want to get a holding call on third down. Again, you don't want to ever get a holding penalty, but first down gives you the maximum amount of downs to make up that yardage.
I love how you found a positive spin on any penalty that's against you. On the first down, it's a great time.
You know, the glass is half full with him all the time.
Unless you're drinking mine.
Yeah. Not the coffee.
Not the coffee. He didn't share that. All right, single back formation again. No, I'm sorry. We've got Braden Saunders back there.
Saunders?
Saunders.
No, we're going to send her.
We're going to send it right, I bet. And there it is. With the rollout left, Keaton pulls it down.
Great decision by Keaton.
Nice job. They're not only getting the yardage, but stopping the clock also.
Mm-hmm. Very smart play. Heads up by quarterback Keaton. Good job for the Sealy Tigers covering everybody on defense. They're covering every single Hornet, not giving Keaton hardly any options, forcing him to have to run that ball. But fortunately for the Gatesville Hornet offense, he runs out of bounds, stop the clock. And the Gatesville Hornets are doing better clock management than what the Chicago Bears did yesterday Thanksgiving game. Did you guys see that against the Lions? That was crazy. 33 seconds and you only get one play in?
One of the things I think that's going to strengthen the Gatesville offense is getting Rayshon outside more instead of trying to go up the middle, because the Tigers have a really good inside scheme. See right there? There's an outside movement, and look what's going on right here.
I think they heard you there, Lee. That was a good call on that. That was a great observation, something I was thinking about earlier. They're running right there at the tackle line. I do agree they need to get outside the tackles, try to bounce something outside.
Their interior defensive lineman that's led by number 57, just making tackles all night. Number 34 started making tackles for the Tiger defense, but it looked like everybody was in on that tackle, and they stood him up, and I'm not sure they ever brought down Rayshon Smith on that play.
Well, the whistle finally stopped that that one run.
Well, I got about 8 yards on that play.
Yes, we're looking at 3rd and 2 for the Hornets. Running clock at 1:20 left to go in the first half.
See, I think they need to get him outside. Look at the right side. And he gets the first down.
Well, he cuts it back inside for the first down. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Hornets from the 39.
Number 5, Bo Finley on the tackle for the Tigers, but not before the Gatesville Hornet pick up another important first down as they're rolling in on this series just before halftime. Once again, winning the middle 8.
1st and 10 from the 34. Hornets ready to get this one going.
Celia playing all run here.
Hornets going for the pass.
Oh, look at what in the world. Number 19 makes the grab. Instant replay. Go.
You're going to be mad.
Celia playing all run here.
Hornets going for the
pass. The Tigers playing all run on that play.
Look at what in the...
And I'm telling you, that was number 0. Noah Wash, number 2, Elijah Sanders in on the coverage, but that was just a great catch. Who was it that made that catch on that play?
That was number 19, Jack Irwin.
Jack Irwin making he's known to be making big receptions for the Gatesville Hornets, but I mean that was a hard contested catch for him to make. Nothing easy about that.
Hornets are taking their timeout, 3rd and final for the half.
So you're saying they have no more?
That would be correct.
That would be the 0 up there.
You know, this is where if you're a coach, maybe just call another timeout and just say it with so much confidence and conviction that maybe the refs just go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, timeout.
Timeout. You don't have another one? Yes, I do. Okay. Right now, everything's working here for the Gatesville Hornet offense. A lot of balance. We've got passing, we've got throwing. Rayshon Smith popping off 7-yard runs, 8-yard runs, 5-yard runs. Nice pass reception.
So it looks like the Hornets got their timeout in with 37 seconds, so they're resetting the clock.
Too much time clicked off before they got the time right. I'll tell you what, this will be big for Gatesville to punch this in for a touchdown just before the half, and not give Celia a chance to possess the ball for the rest of this first half. And I believe Gatesville gets the ball to start the second half.
They will. So a touchdown here, then getting the ball back would definitely be a way to win the middle 8.
Super important right now.
So here we are. We've got 2 receivers right, 3 now with motion man. Quarterback's looking that way. He's going to the middle.
Wide open. It looks like
touchdown Hornets.
Definitely. Watch that one again. Middle 8.
Super
Jack Irwin,
important
number 19.
right now.
He's having himself a game.
So here we are. We've got 2 receivers right, 3 now with motion man. Yeah, that was number 19.
Jack
Irwin.
Looking
that way. He's going to the middle. Across the middle.
That's a beautiful pass, beautiful catch. Again, contested by number 0, Noah Washington. Great job by the offensive lineman protecting and letting Keegan have time to throw that ball.
Hector Silva for the Hornets. That kick is up and good.
It's 35-14. 32 seconds left. I hope that's not too much time for Seeley to do something with it.
If we don't give him a chance to return it, we'll be right
back.
Hey folks, this is Lee Jaynes with Hornet Radio. Summer got you too hot or winter got you cold? Then call Schumann's Heat and Air for all your AC and heating needs. They are a premier Lennox dealer but can service or install all brands. They also do commercial refrigeration and ice machines. They offer 24-hour emergency service. Locally owned and operated in Gatesville, Texas. 254-499-0054.
And we're about to get this one underway. I don't know. Do you go for another onside kick, or do you boot this one deep?
I like the idea of kicking it deep just because you don't want to give you run the risk if you hit the onside kick, they recover. They're already at their 50-yard line, 49-yard line, and then they can one explosive play away from making this thing 42-14 going in the half.
Silva, the kicker for the Hornets.
I'm going to give a big shout out to the Montalban family tuned in tonight. They sent in a nice picture of everybody watching the game.
That's great to watch playoff football. Looks like he's going to keep that one deep. Playoff football a day after Thanksgiving with family.
And they're going to let that one roll through the back.
Of course, if it's anything like my family, you can never hear the audio, so all you can do is just watch the game as my family gets loud. Believe it or not, Adam and Lee, I'm the quiet one in my family.
You're right. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember that one game we were broadcasting. His wife texted in. He shut up real quick.
Oh yes.
I mean, what is your favorite chip there? Frito?
It's Cheetos, but you're not gonna have me go down that path. I am not going to get in trouble by our audience.
We're not going down that rabbit hole again.
Oh, that was a good one.
I do love the Flamin' Hot. Two things I love: coffee and Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but not together.
You couldn't wait for halftime to crawfish on that one as quick
as
you can. I'm sorry, dear.
No. I quickly got on the phone with the boss.
Speaking of the boss, quarterback under center, and he's going to take a knee. Let this clock run out. Seeley's going to be happy to go into halftime, leading 35-14 over the Hornets.
Gatesville Hornets will get the ball back. And I tell you what, and I believe they won the coin toss, and they just chose to defer to go in with his philosophy, the middle eight.
Yeah, we just talked about that. The last possession that the Hornets had, that they will be getting the ball back after halftime. So Hornets, some stuff to hang their hats on, to be proud of going into halftime, things that they're going to definitely need to talk about and improve. Seeley looking at they're going to go back in. Not too many adjustments I suspect they're going to need to make into the second half.
No, they've been playing complementary football. They've had some good stops on defense. Offensively, they're keeping everything balanced. They've primarily going with their aerial attack, which we knew that was going to be a problem for the defensive backs for the Gatesville Hornets coming in. They've done a great job of executing that.
All right, 3:13 left to go in halftime. Hornets trailing 35-14 to the Seeley Tigers. Seeley's air raid offense has definitely been the dominating lead comment factor in this first half, Jacob. Hornets doing what they can, trying to get Rayshon run, but that defensive line for the Tigers is just too stout. He's not able to pick up that explosive run.
I tell you what, Gatesville went into the halftime with the momentum, as they typically like to do. Their offense was humming that last series. I look for that to be the case the next time they hit the field. However, that's all going to be null and void if their defense can't make a stop. They've had the Tigers punt once, and they've had that turnover. But other than that, the Seeley Tigers have been pretty much doing a very good job of doing what they want to do. They're able to run when they want to. They can pass when they want to. And then, of course, let's not forget number 7, Killen, what's his name? Kiloff. He's been having some very important runs. He can cut it back in, even on runs that aren't even designed quarterback runs. When the Gatesville Hornets get pressure and he steps up into a running lane, he just takes off. It's hard to bring him down. So the Gatesville Hornet defense have got to keep those plays at a minimum. And again, first things first, take care of business on offense. Then once that's done, get some defensive stops, and next thing you know, 35-14 becomes 35-21, 35-28, and you don't have to be a mathematician to know that the next score would be a 35-35 deal, and I look for the Hornets to do that.
Then you have a sip of coffee.
From your own coffee cup.
I got my own coffee cup right here. Is the hospitality here at was it Merrill Green Stadium or
Merrill Green?
Merrill Green Stadium has been really nice.
You know, it has been really nice and everything. And then whenever I was talking to some of the gentlemen and the other reporters out there, and they said, "Oh, this is nice and everything," but it's not as nice as that hospitality out there in Gatesville. It's kind of legendary out there. And I was like, Yes, it is.
And it's crazy you're talking about that. And you look at the ones that we're talking about. These are not just anybody. These are guys that have been doing this for years. A couple of them on big Texas high school football reporters.
Oh yeah, they said I make it out there about once every 10 years, and it's and one time they were apologizing because they only had 4 desserts out instead. So yeah, it's a pretty legendary, and the folks that have manned that and handled it over the years have done a fantastic job.
And the businesses that sponsored, are great to do that. But that just goes to show you how big and how important Texas high school football is, and especially in a small town like Gatesville. And even if you look down in the stands, which I don't have a cameraman that can get on that right now, but these stands on both sides, for Gatesville and for Sealy, they traveled well tonight.
You got good turnout from Sealy, Texas, Gatesville, Texas. Again, these 4A type schools, they're small, but they're big small. I mean, when I say they're big small, I mean they got the community support right behind them. You've got, pretty much the entire team travels with these football clubs. So it's amazing. I love 4A football. I guess that's good because that's pretty much what we have tonight here. But
it's 4A football. You are correct. Just think you like it.
Yeah. Well, I'm in luck. That's for sure.
Well, that was the Gatesville Hornets making their way out onto the field. The Sealy Tigers coming up next. Here they go. They're out of their little blown-up mascot tiger over there on the far side. They're going to try to keep the momentum going and keep what they had going in that first half.
Is that dry ice or is that just bad breath coming out of that tiger?
Stop it. You can't, impartiality, you can't do that. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's really cool. Actually, it's really cool. Is what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say.
That's not what you said.
I wonder if the Hornets should do like a swarm of Hornets coming out and leading them the way. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Maybe not for all the fans and people who are allergic.
I'm about to say, can you train Hornets? Is that
I don't.
Is that an option?
How to Train Your Hornet.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, great movie.
Either that, or if they had a waterfall of honey or something, and they run through it like a.
How about we get a couple of cheerleaders with some sparklers and like big Roman candles come right out in front of them?
Oh, that's a fire hazard right there.
Well, somebody will burn the turf up or something.
Roman candle going right off in someone's eye. And now they gotta wear eye protection.
Fire chief nightmare going on there.
Y'all's lack of faith in a cheerleader and a high school cheerleader.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
No, I it's not that I have a lack of faith of them, but Murphy's Law prevails.
That's right.
All right, prevailing wind from the southeast, slightly picking up from the first half. Hornets will have that wind at their back here in the third quarter. As this kickoff is about to get underway, number 18 for the Sealy Tigers kicking this one back deep to number 20 and 23 for the Hornets. If the first kickoffs are any indication from the first half, not going to be much of a return on this one.
No, they're going to probably pooch this all the way in the end zone.
This kid's got a foot on him, that's for sure.
He actually has
got
two of them.
I knew that was coming.
Great mind. High five right there.
Oh, and that one's going to be returnable. Picked up by number 20. That's Grady Keaton. Ooh. 23, sorry, not 20. That's 23. He's hit at 25, lands at the 29.
He got uprooted there, didn't he?
Yeah, he was doing a flip by the help of Jackson Solak, number 24 for the Sealy Tigers. I mean, he was going full speed and just
Are you flipping kidding me?
Something that'll make a cheerleading squad jealous. That was a heck of a triple axel jump that he did.
Triple axel.
That might just be figure skating, but I just figured we got to work that sport in somewhere.
Let's see what you did there. Single back Rayshawn, motion by Saunders. Rayshawn able to cut this one back.
They're getting
he's
some
taking
push.
The whole pile with him.
They got some push there. Looks like he's going to gain about 6.
Looks like it's going to be number 34 and number 10 in on the tackle for Sealy. Number 34 being Isaiah Dukes, and then number 10 being Darion Burns. Again, both young men on the tackle of Rayshawn Smith there. But it looked like he was moving the entire Sealy Tiger defense. I mean, he was still moving the whole pile forward. I don't know why they called the whistle.
Some of the big hosses on the Hornet offensive line got in that mix and started help pushing the pile.
Pass out to number 20 for the Hornets. He's going to get the first down and then a couple. That's Grady Keaton.
Brought down by number 14, Brandon Burdett.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line for the Hornets.
Not a bad play call. Kind of spread that defense out. Gatesville Hornet offense want to spread the Sealy Tiger defense out. You don't want them all bunched up trying to predict the run. I like the call. They got first down yardage. Keeps Sealy Tiger defense kind of spread out there. Great job by the Gatesville Hornets.
Low snap handled. That's going to call
flag on the play.
Poor handoff to number 11, Rayshawn Smith.
Number 5, Bo Finley in on the tackle. If that's a holding call, you think they're going to decline Seeley? I think I probably would.
55 is going to be the one called for the holding against the Hornets, I believe is that number.
Holding offense number 55. Taking a penalty from the previous spot.
So replay first down. So if you're going to have a penalty, Jacob,
it's going to be on first down. And you know what? I understand Seeley Tigers accepting the penalty, but I don't like the idea if I'm on the Seeley Tigers defense giving Gatesville and Rayshawn Smith any opportunities to continue getting this yard back. Again, it's first down and it's going to be first down and 20.
First and 20 versus second and 15. So
yeah,
it's a judgment call. Let's see how it plays out after this possession continues.
A little bit of push and shoving, but nothing that warrants a flag. Number 15 and number 0 on the coverage there for Seeley Tigers.
Number 9, Dutch Nielsen, the intended receiver. Kind of wanted a little bit of a penalty flag on him.
There was a little bit of pushing and shoving there that I didn't think was going to be enough to get the flag, but I wouldn't have been surprised to see it get thrown there.
Had that pass been a little bit more on target, whenever he stopped to turn back, there was a little bit of tug there on the jersey. I think if the pass would have been a little bit more on target, may have got that flag in his favor.
Hey, one of Lee's favorite things to talk about in yours is great job at the offensive line giving Keaton some time to throw.
He definitely had time there, and he's got time again. This pass is complete inside.
Another flag on the play.
Coming out from the secondary, was that going to be defensive holding now, maybe? Or did they see something from way back there on the offensive line for holding? We'll see.
I think they called tripping on the turf.
That's what I was thinking.
Defensive holding.
Yeah, they grabbed hold of Jack Irwin as he was cutting across.
Well, that's about the only way you're going to cover him. I don't blame that defensive back for doing that. Jake Irwin has made some big plays this week and last week.
Did he say reset it to 10:04?
10:04.
Roger that.
Can you do that?
Roger.
Over.
Oh, my God.
Good thing our names are not like Roger and Over like in the movie Airplane.
Oh, my gosh.
Surely you're joking.
Yeah, I am joking, but also don't call me Shirley.
I teed you up for that one.
No, you did. I mean, how can I not say this? Like a reflex
coffee.
at this point.
He coffeed you up.
Oh, my
coffeed
gosh.
you up.
2 receivers set by the Hornets on the right side. Single back Rayshawn Saunders up, lead and block.
See these defense spread out here.
Going to the air.
Guy open. Beautiful pass.
And was that number 19 again?
No, that's going to be number 20. Little brother Grady Keaton catching that one from big brother Garrett Keaton.
Like they do on the front lawn. Brought down by number 14 of Seeley. That's going to be Braden Burdett. But do you think the Keaton brothers kind of do what they do right in front of their house, constantly playing some front yard football there?
Oh, no, they're probably like most brothers nowadays.
Just fight. Can't stand each other.
Either that or they're playing each other on Madden.
Oh, yeah.
NCAA.
That was a 40-yard reception right there on that play.
And hit in stride.
It was a great pass. I mean, the receiver never had to slow down for the ball. It's almost as if they practiced and prepared for that play, Adam.
Well, they got max protection in the backfield. Wonder what they're going to do.
Rayshawn run to the left side. Not much going there. He may get 1, possibly 2 on that one. That line collapsed quickly on that left side.
A sea of white Seeley Tiger jerseys there. Looks like number 2 and number 34 in on the tackle for the Seeley Tigers.
And he is going to pick up 1 on the carry.
Rayshawn has a habit of when you think he's going to be tackled for a loss, he just fights and fights. And some of these 1-yard gains, he's doing a lot more fighting. It's kind of like a Barry Sanders 1-yard gain where he's getting hit before he even crosses the line of scrimmage.
Well, if you were able to count the yards behind the line of scrimmage where they're making initial contact, it's definitely more than a 1 or 2 yard.
Got a receiver in the end zone.
Open end zone.
Ooh. There's going to be the flag coming out on that one.
Looks like number 14 is going to be flagged.
Well, if you were able to count the yards behind the line of scrimmage where they're making initial contact.
WWE suplexes on him down there in the end zone.
But you know what, Lee?
Receiver in the end zone.
Keaton rolls out, looks at him. There's going to be the flag coming out on that left arm from the receiver and jerked him down.
And you know what, though? You got to think, had he not done that, that's going to be a touchdown.
Oh, absolutely.
So is it a bad decision? I mean, you don't want to see it.
No. That's like slapping somebody across the face when they go up for a dunk in basketball.
We're still in your coffee, but absolutely, yeah. You gotta You got to do that. It's kind of
I dare you. I dare you.
No. I'm smarter than that. I'm a lot smarter than I look at them.
Really?
I don't. I just feel like saying that.
You want to steal some Flamin' Cheetos for me? Hide them in the dirty laundry?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You guys are trying to tee up me for this Flamin' Hot Cheeto. I'm staying away from that.
Pitch out to Rayshon. Trying to get that outside, but it's collapsing quickly.
It's just penetration at the line of scrimmage by the City Tigers.
They're going to have a talk on the sideline about that one because you never run backwards when you're that close to the end zone. Never run backwards.
Well, that backup's going to lose 2, so Hornets will be looking at 2nd and 7.
Lose 2. He lost 6.
Well, number 27 led Hudson Howerland led the tackle, but I mean you had number 10, number 2, and on that tackle, it was about 3 or 4 Tigers making a tackle on Rayshon Smith. It feels like you call one number tackling Rayshon Smith. That's not quite accurate. It takes about 3 or 4 defenders to bring him down. That looked like a crazy snap. Flags thrown. Every ref throwing a flag. We get it. There's 4 flags being thrown. There may be a false start. Everyone but the center.
I don't know the way. Yeah, they're going to back up. Sealy was showing. They were showing blitz. They were sending everybody up there. Hornets headed in the wrong direction as they're looking at the 2nd and goal from the 12 now. Sealy was sold out. They were bringing everybody in the kitchen sink. They were packed up to eat the lunch of the Hornets on that one. See if they line up to do the same thing again. Clock is winding. 7:34 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
No doubt there's 4 down territories here, so no need to state the obvious. As we just stated the obvious, low snap. Almost, Sealy Tiger was almost doing a horse collar tackle there as they're bringing down Keaton. That was number 23. Looks like it's going to be Jaden Hernandez.
Yeah, Keaton definitely getting up, adjusting his shoulder pads, but when you got a hand in the back and then the other one's on the side, really not a true good old-fashioned horse collar tackle. So,
I'd like for them to call that. I'm all about player safety, Adam. You know I am.
I know, and especially if it's the Hornets. I get it.
That's got nothing to do with it. Safety.
Okay.
That means safety as in the player safety, not a safety as in Sealy Tigers getting a safety on the Gatesville Hornets.
Hornets line up single receivers left and right. We've got Wes Allman on jump ball position on the far side. Amos Phillips joining him over there.
Look like we got some more contact being made in the end zone as a ref
and
throws
another
a flag
on the field. My goodness.
Flag football is in effect now here in the goal line.
Well, let's see how this one's going to play out.
It's definitely going to be. It's going to be some. There was a lot of contact being made down there in the end zone where everyone was bunched up.
Considering Amos had his jersey jerked off his shoulder pads and realigned. Well, you heard it there. No penalty after they sat around to discuss that one.
That's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down around the 11-yard line with goal to go here.
I want to give a big shout out to my wife at home. She's the unknown hero of helping us broadcast here. She keeps us in line. I appreciate her so much. We just celebrated a big anniversary, too.
I'm so proud of y'all.
Love her.
How many years you guys been married?
Long time.
Long time.
Yes.
He doesn't remember.
You don't have to go over.
No, I know how long it is.
Rayshon dancing
Smith
here. No
he's
good
got
on the
nothing
right.
but real estate here in front of him. That's a touchdown. That's going to be all Rayshon Smith. Ref calls it touchdown.
Hornets. We're going to run a replay real quick. Watch that one again.
How long it is.
Rayshon dancing
Smith
here.
He's got nothing but real estate here in front of him. That's a touchdown. That's going to be all Rayshon Smith.
Touchdown Hornets. That little stutter step he did about the 5-yard line, freezing the defender, is what's going to get him to the end zone. So
he almost like he was wanting to throw the ball. I know he wasn't, but almost like he wanted to throw the ball. It goes down as an 11-yard touchdown run, but he actually ran about 45 yards on that play, it seemed like.
Kicks up. Kick is good. That's a extra point. It's good. It's good. So the Hornets cut into that lead of the Sealy Tigers, 35-21. Your score now with 6:16 left to go in the third quarter. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Big shout out to the Bond family and the Fenwick family from California.
Spur, the only word you need to know for the automotive needs.
All right. Wow. Hey, we just cleared out. That's Lee clearing out your speaker system.
As Lee goes out to smoke another. But moving right along here. So, Adam, that was a great offensive series by the Gatesville Hornets. They scored that touchdown, talking about the middle eight that you always bring up with Coach Hunter.
Absolutely. That middle eight it's a big thing. Like I said, there's all about momentum shift. Young players, it's easy to, get in their own head. So if you can go into halftime with something positive and then come out in that second half, do something like that, able to put points on the board.
But we talked about it. It's null and void if they can't get a stop. It's very crucial for the Gatesville Hornets to get a stop right here.
Who's null and void?
That's the player.
I don't know. He's always all over my bank checks.
Okay, watch what's going on here. He's
usually left out. Hornets line up for an onside.
Onside kick here. And they do an onside kick. Oh, the ball is on the turf. Sealy Tiger recovers.
And there's a little scrum there. I believe Sealy has it. But we haven't had an official signal from the refs.
No. Did the ball come out again and Gatesville has it? Gatesville indicating that they do. Refs getting a lot of help from the Gatesville sideline here.
We've got one ref saying down, the other one saying no. And the official signal will be Sealy ball.
Okay, so they did make an official announcement. The coaches are discussing it a little bit there.
Well, that's one thing that will fire up these Hornets players that I've seen this year. If they feel like they were unduly
Oh, he's getting a lot of buzz in his ear there.
25-year running back for the Sealy Tigers, Mr. Castillo.
Looks like it's going to be number 22, Slater, on the tackle for the Gatesville Hornets.
That was who?
Slater.
Can we try that again?
Xavier Slater.
Clater.
Oh, my Lord.
And Xavier Clater.
Clater. Slater just sounds like a cool defensive name.
Just say 22 from now on, and I'll call out his name. Number 7, quarterback keeps this one around the right side. And finally brought down, but not before he picks up the first down. But unfortunately, he took a hit. We're going to slow getting up, but he's back up. Nope, timeout called. So
number 21, Clark Allman on the tackle. There's going to be a timeout, and they're going to have to send the quarterback to the sideline.
Yeah, I guess he was down long enough for them to say, "Hey, you can't do that."
Well, and just
on the coffee.
It's very good. It's very good seeing how it's directly right here in front of me, so no confusion.
And I can't speak for a fact on this, but with the concern of concussion protocol, if you have a player that's puts his hands to the side of his helmet after he takes a hit like that to the ground, I'm going to say good job on the refs for even saying, hey, let's err on the side of caution. He was slow getting up. Let's make sure he gets checked out.
Sometimes you got to protect the players from themselves because they're never going to want to come out.
Absolutely. So number 25, your running back, hitting the backfield, spins around, able to pick up about 2.5 on the carry.
That was going to be number 21, Clark Allman on the tackle. It's going to bring up second down for the Sealy Tigers, Gatesville Hornets. Trying to keep this ball in front of them here. They don't want to keep giving up yards this deep in their territory now. You got to get a stop.
Text in that Josh Simpson, class of '93, from Missouri, is watching tonight.
This one's deep, over the shoulder, right into the basket of number 0, Washington. Touchdown, Seeley.
Coverage wasn't bad, just perfect throw, perfect catch, in stride. Kind of tough to defend there.
No, there's not much you can do whenever that one just sails 30 yards down the field and hits him in stride right over the shoulder.
And we've called number 0 up-teen amount of times tonight. It just seems like Noah Washington's all over the field, whether it be offense or defense.
That's more than a couple, right?
Yeah.
Flag on the play.
And K Air Conditioning and Heating, we service all brands of AC and heating systems. We are a Goodman and a Manna A+ dealer. We also install and service mini split systems. We always do our best to offer same-day service even on the weekends. We service Gatesville and all surrounding communities. We offer financing on new systems, change-outs, and major repairs. Just call or text your service request to 254-216-3372 and we'll be happy to help you.
Go ahead and tell him the penalty.
All right, so that penalty there on that one is going to be a leaping penalty against the Hornets. That's going to be assessed on the kickoff.
It's part of that play where they want to protect the centers and stuff like that. They don't kind of give them a free pass of having to deal with any blockers.
Yeah, well, you've got, they've got their head down, their back of their neck is exposed, their head is exposed.
It's not a bad rule to have.
Safety first.
Yeah.
No, it was a field goal.
Yeah, when a safety, Adam, plug in. That was 1 point, not 2.
Is there anybody?
And technically, it was an extra. It was actually an extra point lead, not a field goal.
Yes, you're right.
It's good to be accurate, folks. We're going to give you accurate information here on NFHS.
Jacob just trails behind everything there, so he can pick up all the scraps.
Yes.
No, it wasn't a safety. It wasn't a field goal.
No, I'm not catfishing. I'm picking up the
Okay.
Moving right along.
About to get a text from Sarai.
Yeah, she already told me no bueno on the Cheetos. No bueno on the Cheetos.
She wants to talk about Cheetos more, huh?
Yeah. She wants more analysis on Flamin' Hot Cheetos and Takis.
I'm glad you're the one to be the one getting in trouble.
And I'll be sleeping in the man cave as I sneak in the house.
So
tonight.
Josh, you got to get this. You can't make this up. Josh Simpson from class of '93 drove all the way with his wife, Jessica Simpson, to watch the game. Of course. But as long as they don't have a kid named Bart, we're all right.
Yeah, I tell you what, that didn't work out for Tony Romo.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, here we go. Again?
I didn't see anybody down.
I didn't either.
Is Gatesville going to be charged a timeout, or is it an injury timeout?
Wow, Gatesville is changing up their entire receiving core right now. And we're going to have Irwin back to receive, which I'm guessing because of this assessed penalty, though, this one's going – he could probably kick a field goal from right there.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they're going to kick something short towards the sideline.
It's going to be an little onside kick there.
Oh, get that one and get down.
He did.
Great job by Gatesville.
Oh, somebody got pancaked there. Oh, flags pushing extracurricular.
Yeah.
Saw that.
That's going to be a personal foul, no doubt on that. Gates are going to set up the Gatesville Hornets on probably pretty good field position as long as nothing offsets.
Number 5, Logan Biggs, was the one that recovered that one, and then self-preservation mode entered the fetal position to retain it.
Mommy.
So we'll get this call for what this penalty flag is.
What in the world can you be talking about this long?
Well, they know Raising Cane's is over there.
I'll take
Sonic's
the
on the other side.
Panda Express.
Panda Express.
For the love of God, Steve, can you just pick a number? I'll take the number 7 from Cane's.
Okay, here we go.
Foul by both teams. Sportsmanlike conduct, number 6 for sportsmanlike conduct, number 24 for Seeley. Coming up next, first and 10
So basically,
that's a good middle of the road call. He don't have either one of the bleachers upset at him.
yeah, straddling the fence there. Not France. I didn't mean to say France. I don't know if that was a Freudian slip.
Sweden.
You know, that was a Freudian slip there.
Swedish.
What did I do?
All right. So we got this all talked over. The Hornets are in control of the ball now. And we've got 4:39 left on the clock for the third period.
Well, Gatesville offense, once again, going to continue to try to match what Sealy Tigers offense is doing, and that's going to have big explosive plays and score some touchdowns.
Hey, and you know where the Simpsons are at?
Please don't say Springfield.
No.
For the love of...
They're at Dave's.
Oh, my God.
No, not Wendy's.
Oh.
They're at Dave's house.
Dave's house. Number 20, Grady Keaton, trying to find the outside. Does with a 6-yard pickup out of bounds, stopping the clock for the Hornets.
What kind of pickup was he in?
Well, the way he was moving, I was going to say probably a little Dotson or something. Small, quick to the outside.
No Tiger really making the tackle out of bounds is what really stopped him on that play. But if you had to call a number out, it'd be number 27 for the Sealy Tigers, and that's going to be Hudson Hernandez. Or excuse me, Halderland. Hard to see with the old
Hornets.
eyes.
Grady in motion. Oh, that one in and out of the hands of Jack Irwin on the sideline over there.
Well, Irwin had his coverage beat. If Keaton could have just put that ball on the money, that would have been a humongous pass play right there.
That was number 27 once again. Hudson Halderland giving me an opportunity to say his name correctly now the second time. I thought we initially got away with one there, but I didn't ever see the flag. I guess they did end up throwing the flag. I really never saw the flag on that play.
Well, these refs are a little bit more ninja covert style on their flag throwing. They're keeping them down low. They're not.
Yeah, they just drop them at their ankles. They're not like, look, there goes another Tweety bird flying through the air.
They're not winding up like they're throwing a Major League Baseball pitch there.
Hornets same formation. 2 receivers right. Saunders up close on the line. Single back Ray Sean. We're going to fake the handoff.
Keaton going big.
He's got Irwin there.
And on
good
the
coverage by
number 0, Noah Washington, who's been all over the field tonight.
I think one of the reasons he made that was Keaton was back there. He had plenty of time in the pocket to make the pass, but unfortunately I think he waited until he saw the receiver open to throw the ball. And when you see a receiver open to throw the ball, sometimes that's already too late because the corner's seeing this. My goodness, another – well, looks like we're going to get that play. Oh, no, he declined it.
Yeah, the Sealy Tigers are electing to keep them force third down rather than repeat second down.
So loss of downs. They're still behind the chains from the original first and 10.
It was either second in Winnipeg, Manitoba, or third down and keep them at just outside College Station. All right.
Anywhere you slice it, folks, you're going to need a travel agent to probably see the first down here, but the Gatesville Hornets look to do just that.
Third and 15 here from the 25. Hornets up to the line.
Somebody texted in and said Dave needs to start calling touchdowns.
How is Lindsey doing these days? Keaton keeps this one. Pops up, throws a pass. Oh, in and out of the hands of little brother Grady Keaton.
I like what he did there, though. That was an extreme correction to what I just mentioned before. He threw the pass to where he knew the receiver was going to be open instead of waiting until he was open. And other than just hauling that one in, that was a fantastic pass, I think.
He threw an anticipatory pass there. An anticipatory. I believe that's a word, right? I believe I got word of the day toilet paper, so I've been trying to work that in context all broadcast.
I don't know. Somebody at home just broke out the thesaurus.
We've already said we're not going back to the Mesozoic era.
All right, back to the football game. Wes Allman, your punter.
It's going to be a fake punt.
He pulls this one down. He's going to try to find that first down. Coming up short at about the 38-yard line.
He should have planted his feet and did one of those Turpin spin moves. And
oh, yeah, hit the B button and just work it upfield.
The B button. It's the X. We're on PlayStation.
Is it X? X?
Oh, no. We don't discuss PlayStation on my show. Never.
It wasn't a bad call, Adam, to go for the fake punt, kind of catch Sealy off guard there, trying to manufacture extra more possessions for your team. I like the call. It's not a bad call. Would have liked it better if they got the first down, but nonetheless.
Had he picked up the first down, it would have been a great call. With it falling short, gutsy call. Sealy does take over 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line.
Wow, he gets that pass off under duress.
How he got that pass off? I was sure he was sacked.
Oh, I was right there with you, but able
to. That was Kane making the pass, not Howie.
That was number 21 and number 5. Number 5 being Logan Biggs and number 21 being Clark Allman for the Gatesville Hornets, making the tackle. But, credit to Sealy Tigers' number 7 Killoff for getting that ball out. I was sure he was sacked. Not Lee, but I was sure he was sacked.
And nice job there for Washington, number 0 on the reception. Kilo keeping this one. And going to lose 1.5 yards, almost 2 on the carry.
He's going to be sacked. Number 9 by Dutch Nielsen. Great job by that young man making a tackle for a loss and pin the Sealy Tigers on 2nd and long here. Gatesville Hornets their defense needs more of that, more pressure.
Pressure.
Keep that quarterback in the pocket.
No, we're not licensed. Quarterback's going to keep this one as you can't throw it from that point.
Yeah, don't fake out on that. He's well beyond the line of scrimmage. Brought down by number 10, Amos Phillips.
First down, Sealy. They're going to start with 1st and 10 from the 14.
Got 2:43 left to go here in the third quarter as the clock continues to wind down.
2:40 now.
It's 2:37.
It's winding at 2:35. I'm sorry, we'll stop. 3 receivers right.
He's still running.
Kilos. He dumps it underneath.
Got out in the flat and wide open.
Yeah, that's going to be number 25. The running back found his way open underneath all the defense.
And that was Gatesville Hornet defense. So that when you're an offense that's just spraying the ball the way the Sealy Tigers are, they put all their guys, the receivers, number 8, number 0, all out there in coverage. And what does Gatesville Hornet do? They do the smart thing by covering them, leaving their running back wide open in the flat. And fortunate for Sealy Tigers, that results in a touchdown.
Just a well-designed, well-executed play by the Tigers.
As you would say, absolutely. Or Tom Brady, as Tom Brady or Adam Baker would say.
Extra point is good. Score now 49-21. Sealy Tigers over the Gatesville Hornets. 2:24 left to go in the third quarter. And we'll be right back after this word.
Botham Brothers, serving communities for over 140 years. At Higginbotham's, we have always been committed to our local community. Shop our store for our full line of building supplies. Choose from our top brands like all our steel products. Check out our full line of Valspar paints. We are your hunting and fishing headquarters, so come in for your hunting and fishing license. Higginbotham's proudly supports Gatesville Athletics. Go Hornets!
Because
And we're back here with this one. We're sitting here discussing the play calling and style of number 7, Kane Kilo, for the Sealy Tigers. Just wreaking havoc. I mean, what do? You pressure him, he throws it downfield. You try to cover on him, he's going to run on you. So
it's going to be kind of pick your poison on that. You put pressure on him, and like Lee was saying, you're almost you can't put an extra guy in coverage because he'll run on you. Then you bring a person down, and he can find that man-to-man receiver. And he's spraying the ball out. Number 2, number 0. Now we saw number 25 out in the flat. The Sealy Tigers offense running on all cylinders here tonight.
Listens deep. It's going to be fielded by number 20, Grady Keaton. He's going to get out to the 22 before he's just swallowed up by the Sealy Tigers.
And that's going to be number 32 in on the tackle for the Sealy Tigers. That's going to be Javion Johnson.
18 yards on the return. It'll be first down and 10 for the Hornets.
First and 10 from the 22 after that 18-yard return by Grady Keaton. Hornets looking at 2:17 left to go in the third quarter. Time is no longer their friend at this point.
That's right. You don't want to abandon the run game, but you can't afford to keep doing it over and over and over and over because that's what the Sealy Tigers really want you to do. You can still mix it in there, but you're going to have to mix some throws in there as well.
Handoff goes to number 11,
Rayshon picking up 7 on that carry.
Looks like number 10 of the Sealy Tigers, Darion Burns. Not a bad gain for Gatesville, but once again, you don't have to necessarily abandon the run, but you're going to have to mix some play action in there and throw the ball. We need an explosive play the way we saw Amos Phillips run for about 6 yards stiff arming.
I think gain works better when you put it on a spin cycle.
Sealy sold out for the run here. They've got 6 men up on the line.
Everybody's in the box for Sealy. Look at that.
Yeah.
And we got a timeout.
It looks like it's going to be a Gatesville timeout. Gatesville didn't like that, what they saw on the field, and going to rethink things over.
Going to rethink things over?
Rethink things over.
And I'll tell you what, the coach looked a little extracurricular there. Somebody must have done something wrong, lined up the wrong way, whatever. And it's very frustrating whenever you got a game going the way it is to have to burn a timeout in the third quarter. You would love to go into the fourth quarter with all the timeouts in your pocket.
I feel the need to say absolutely.
I was wanting to say it, but it just didn't feel right.
Without a doubt.
Most definitely.
As I'm flipping through the
That's what we need. We need people to text in with alternatives to the word absolutely. Text in with your thesaurus word of the day to replace absolutely for Baker.
No.
Yeah, there's the numbers you can text that to right there.
Everybody has their catchphrase.
Absolutely.
You were correct.
See, y'all are mocking me, but it's catching on. See, look how much time we've wasted tonight during this game talking about one single word. Speaking of single, that's what the Hornets lined up with the single back formation.
Once again, Sealy Tigers playing a run here.
Keaton rolls right. He's got Jack Urban on the right side. Hits the brakes, flies right by.
He hits the brakes again.
He hit the brake on 2 Tigers before number 27, Hudson Harlan, was able to bring him down.
Let's see if we can watch that one again.
Maverick made Goose happy.
He's got Jack Urban on the right side. Hits the brakes, flies right by.
He hits the brakes again.
That was the hitting the brake sound right there.
It sounded like an airplane touching down.
So that was a 32-yard pickup by Irwin there. So out of just 2 passes that I know for sure, he's got 72 yards receiving.
Big explosive plays. Now you can sprinkle in a run game in there, set you up for another big pass play. There's about a half dozen Tigers down there on the stop. Did he even get a yard? Did he get back to the line of scrimmage?
I think he lost about a half a foot.
He lost one, and Sealy didn't line up with their backers up there ready to push forward. That was just all defensive line that had that initial push to stop anything from going there.
Gatesville huddles up here. Almost want to see a kind of a sense of urgency coming through as this will got 36 seconds left in counting and left to go in the third quarter.
Single back, 3 receivers left. He's looking left. Going deep to Amos Phillips. Amos high points this one.
And he drops it as he hits the ground.
I don't know if it was a draw. He had it. I believe that was number 0. Noah Washington actually broke that up as he was falling to the ground.
Those 2 men have been battling out and giving a wonderful display of just coverage and passes on both sides whenever each one of them are on each side of the ball.
They both have won some battles, too.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
Without a doubt. Number 30, Brady Saunders checking in for the Hornets. Hornets are facing a long 3rd and 11 here. 24 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
Don't necessarily have to abandon the running game here. You got 2 downs to get this.
Oh, no.
And that's right to Noah Washington. Noah Washington's got the interception for Sealy.
I don't think that Keaton's receivers did what they were supposed to do there.
There's a flag on the play, though.
Is there?
But if it's where there's usually a holding call, no doubt that Sealy will probably decline that.
Oh, my gosh, you were right on the money. They declined that penalty. Thank you, Captain Avi. No,
I'll tell you, it's this kind of analytical skills that you're not going to find anywhere else besides NFHS. It'd be nice if there was a rule that kind of tells you that if it's on a turnover and there's a holding that you can't decline it. You must respect the hold.
Be nice.
Respect the hold.
You got to respect the hold. All right, that'll result. See the Tigers setting up shop here. Looks like about the 24-yard line. This is again, we've had this.
It's
a
must.
It's a must stop. I mean, Gatesville's got to have it. Turnover. Just got to get a turnover here.
Yeah, a stop would be great, but turnover is really what you're looking for at this point. But I don't think that's going to be the case. As Sealy decides to play it safe with a run to number 25. He's going to pick up one.
Yeah. Number 10, Amos Phillips on the tackle. We're going to see a lot of that as the third quarter comes to an end.
Third quarter comes in, we'll be taking a break for station identification.
Ooh, that's a nice. I like that one.
All right, we are back here as we getting ready to start the fourth quarter, and we have some of the word choices that come in. We got one that says "true dat."
True dat.
True dat.
Another one says "dang Skippy." Another one says "actually" or "definitely" or "totally." And then the other one is "unambiguously."
Well, somebody from the Sealy Tigers offensive line unambiguously false started.
True dat.
Actually.
And it begins.
I don't like that one. It just doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Oh, no. That's
Because
hard hitting. True dat.
Yeah, it is. It's like all caps. No cap, it's all caps.
The thing is, y'all think my absolutely is a positive endorsement of what you just said, as much as it's a sarcastic. Okay. 25-year ball carrier there for the Sealy Tigers. He's going to pick up 3 of those 5 they just lost on that penalty.
Number 6, Cameron Hendricks on the tackle.
A name that has not been called as much tonight as it has been in recent weeks. Cameron,
he's
solid
had
defensive player.
A rare quiet night.
Had Joby Moody actually texted in the synonyms for it. Actually, categorically, definitely, doubtlessly, exactly, positively, precisely. I like that one.
Yeah, precisely is very intelligent sounding.
Uh-oh, no. Negative. Quarterback's looking. He's running.
And he picks up about 12, almost 11 on that carry. It's going to come up just shy of the first down.
Yeah, that was
Kaufman wrestling him down from the backside.
No doubt, number 51, Caden Kaufman, making sure he doesn't do any more damage.
Positively.
Unconditionally. Lee, you're supposed to say true dat there?
True dat.
Absolutely. All right, so 4th and 1. The punter has decided to come out from underneath his cozy blanket where he was watching the game on ESPN over there. He's going to kick this one away. We've got two men back for the Hornets. Looks like we've got Logan Biggs and number 23, Gist.
Boy, that was a high snapped.
And he was still able to pull it down.
Not a good sign when the punter's doing a 360, and that's going to take a huge Sealy Tiger bounce.
Wow. That's going to get stopped at the 15 officially. 1st and 10 for the Hornets from the 15 to be going just as soon as we get this one started with 10:20 left to go in this competition between your Sealy Tigers and your Gatesville Hornets.
Good news is, of course, Sealy was content with just running the ball. Gatesville needs to score fast in a hurry, onside kick, recover, once
onside
again,
kick,
fast in a hurry.
Score, onside kick.
Score, repeat, and was it rinse and repeat?
Well, yeah, it's like being in the shower with the shampoo. Lather, rinse, repeat.
Unconditionally.
Yes.
If you're going to just use shampoo.
Precisely.
Well, if you're going to use shampoo, it has to be unconditionally. All right, folks, as we're moving right along.
Quick pass out to number 19, Irwin.
Number 27 on the tackle, that's Hudson Howerland.
See these coverage a little bit soft at this point. They're probably playing just to keep everything in front of them, nothing big. When you're sitting on a 28-point lead, you can afford to do that.
Sealy Tigers almost want to invite the Gatesville Hornets to run. That's in their best interest. They want to, hey, come on, run if you want to. But unfortunately, Gatesville Hornets, we just don't. They don't have that luxury. Yeah,
I'll call that incomplete.
Looked like it might have hit the turf there. I thought I saw some rubber pellets pop up.
It was close. Definitely close, but official ruling is incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Hornets.
Gatesville Hornets got 2 timeouts left to go in this contest. 10-11 to go in the 4th quarter. Sealy Tigers have all 3 as they lead 49-21.
Hornets running out of time as the play clock's down to under 10.
Sealy Tiger in a tight defensive formation here.
A completed pass to number 19, Jack Irwin, who's going to come up about a yard short of the first down.
Let me tell you something. He had 3 Tigers. He had 3 Tigers around him in coverage, but number 5 was able to bring him down. That's Bo Finley. But great catch, because I mean he was blanketed.
Oh, absolutely correct on that one. There
True
is
that. But doing like you talked about, Sealy Tigers keeping everything in front of them. They're not playing prevent defense, but they are playing a little bit softer coverage.
See if the Gates was going to try to capitalize this on something deep, as we've got Irwin and Grady Wright. Instead, they go with a pitch to Rayshon. And that defensive line for the Sealy Tigers is not giving up anything. Number 5, number 14.
Except that first down.
A yard and a half run to stop at Rayshon to the yard and a half in the 4th quarter is something.
Yeah, number 34, Isaiah Dukes self making the tackle along with his teammates. Number 10, Darian Burns. And then I believe number 5 was in on the tackle as well. Bo Finley was kind of a joint effort, as it takes 2 or 3 defenders to bring down Rayshon Smith. But the thing I don't like, Adam, I don't want the game to end, period, for either team, but the Gatesville Hornet fans probably don't like that the clock is still going. Looks like Gatesville is taking a timeout.
It's not going to keep going. We're taking a timeout. We'll be right back.
Call Witt Building Supplies for all your building needs. We provide metal buildings and metal roofing for commercial, residential, and agriculture projects. We also carry a full line of fencing supplies and hardware products. Call or come see us at Witt Building Supplies, 254-865-2190 or 1411 North Highway 36 Bypass, across from Pruitt's Shell Store in Gatesville. We are locally owned and operated and proudly support our Hornets.
And Sealy. And we have Lee.
Sealy, we do have Lee. What? You can't work that one in there.
No,
Not good. And commercial break's over. We're back to get this game underway.
Look over there, Adam. See Lee?
Yes, I see Lee drinking some coffee that is actually his with his name tag all over his cup written down.
With my pinky in the air.
Yeah. High class is what he is. And speaking of high class, the Sealy Tigers are showing their high class offense and their defense. And Gatesville Hornet looking to score a touchdown to continue their efforts in this game, and they have not given up, and you would never expect that from them. Sealy looking to pressure the quarterback there. This is ball's hanging up
there's the
forever.
flag. I knew that one was going to be coming.
But the tip throw is going to be a completed pass to number 19.
I tell you what, you can tip it, you can interfere it, but credit to Jack Irwin coming up with that ball, keeping his eye on the prize and picking up the reception off a tip and interference. Sealy Tigers defense saying, hey, I can't believe they caught it. We tipped it and cheated on that play. And Gatesville still came up with the reception and first down.
So Hornets picking up big yardage there, 1st and 10 from the 32.
So just in 3 receptions, not all of the receptions, but 3 particular receptions, already has Jack Irwin at 110 yards receiving tonight.
Big chunk plays that Irwin was able to get out of the air. But some of these catches he's making are strong catches. He's
making catches under duress. Oh, look at this stack.
Oof.
Oh, flag on the play.
Okay, just because one ref does it, the other one. Looked like it was number 5 for the Sealy Tigers putting a heck of a hit. That's going to be Bo Finley.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think they tore that one out of the playbook.
Yeah.
No, it's going against the offense. It's a great play, but it's one of those plays that you can't run that against every defense.
No.
If your outside backers are able to collapse that quickly, whenever they see that play develop, no, that's definitely not going to be one you're going to run again.
No, I'd like to probably burn that one with Sealy getting the penetration on that left side of the Gatesville Hornet offense.
Would they mark that off all the way back to Gatesville?
I'll tell you what, when the refs throw one flag, you think the other one's just trying to follow suit and just, like, did you really see that penalty? Did you really see that holding, or just trying to get on the referee highlight reel as well? Oof.
Oh, great job by who's that? Grady
20.
Keaton.
Yeah, Grady.
He became the defender on that play, knocking the sure interception away for number 27, Hudson Howerlin. And that's correct, Howerlin. And Howerlin had the interception, but credit to that Gatesville Hornet for knocking the ball out. Who was that? What number was that? I don't know. Y'all said it. I just missed it.
On the intended reception?
For the Gatesville Hornet.
Yeah, that was number 20, Grady Keaton.
Yeah, Grady Keaton. Good job for that young man keeping that interception away from Sealy, keeping the Gatesville Hornet offense on the field.
And that one again was intended for number 20, Grady Keaton. It's going to fall short.
Number 14, Brandon Burdett on the coverage. Almost looked like his head wasn't turned around and he was kind of face guarding him a little bit, but again, not enough contact to warrant a flag. I wouldn't have argued if one was thrown.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness, it's a flag festival here.
Penalty was declined. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be third down.
I figure the coach from Sealy figures they're probably far enough back already.
Yeah.
We don't know if we're better.
Yeah, he acquiesced to the fact that Gatesville
like what you did there.
3rd and 20 was enough.
I like that word, acquiesce. I'm going to use that from here on
Bring
forward.
a little class to football.
Yeah, that's you can watch football, enjoy it, learn about it, and also learn some words. We're teaching everybody today on all facts of life. How to share.
You got
how to
take the
coffee.
good with the take the bad.
Oh, there you go. I wonder where
you
the theme song from Facts of Life. I wonder if you were going to get that in there. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Heaton.
Rolling out. Oh, he's under duress. Oh.
Almost intercepted. That was intended for number 9, Dutch Nielsen.
Okay, that was a good job by Gary Keaton just avoiding the sack. There was an unblocked defender there coming, just had a beat on him, and he just sidesteps him and able to make that throw. But, boy, it was in and out of the hands of Sealy Tigers defender.
Setting up a long 4th and tomorrow.
I wonder what the range is on the field goal kicker.
Oh, now, I mean, you might as well.
What? I know. What do you might as well test it.
No, you'd be kicking an almost 60-yard field goal.
Gatesville Hornet special teams looks to pin the Sealy Tigers.
No.
It takes a Sealy Tiger bounce, which that's happened about 3 or 4 times tonight. Is all the punts seem to be taking a Sealy Tiger bounce.
Oh, I'm surprised there wasn't a flag on that one.
Yeah, no holding.
No, that's not what I was looking at. Taunting.
Oh.
Did you see it?
I think both teams are getting a little chippy as this one's getting towards the end. Sealy, feeling a little confident in their position. Hornets maybe feeling a little frustration. And at this level of play, your third round into the playoffs, there's a lot of emotions going on. Some of these seniors are looking at this possibly being their last game to suit up.
Yeah.
That starts hitting you a little bit. It's going to bring out some emotions.
And like you said, Adam, as you get further and further in, kind of hurts to lose at this point. But I'm telling you what, the Gatesville Hornets are not giving up right now as they're pursuing the quarterback here. And looks like that's going to be a holding call.
It's turned into a
Sealy.
Tweety fest tonight.
Yeah, it looked like that wasn't a pancake ball. It was a full-on tackle. It looked like by their right guard.
He's like, you want your flag back, sir?
You dropped this from over there.
They have been doing some non-subtle throws, though. I mean, there's times where we don't even know that there's a flag on the field.
And if you're going to commit a penalty, you'd like to do it on the first down and preferably not lose your down so you can back up. Isn't that the case, Jacob?
Acquiesce. Did I not use that properly?
True that. You are.
Now, I don't know
I'm sticking to more my level here, Adam.
I don't know why he called that half the distance to the goal, because there was plenty of room for a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah,
so that doesn't make sense.
That looked like let me try to get a number for you folks here. I think it was number 14 making the tackle in the flat there for the Gatesville Hornets. That's Wes Allman.
Yeah, he was stopped number 4, Mr. Cryon, for the Tigers. That reception and about a yard pickup after the catch.
I think he's crying on anyone's shoulders after Wes Allman tackled him there, put a good hit on him.
Not likely. I would not be able to concur with your assessment of that situation.
So Sealy definitely want to continue to wind down the clock here.
They're definitely not in any hurry here.
Biggs almost baited that one.
I was just about to say, I'm very surprised that I'm still seeing Sealy throw the ball at this point. I think they would just be content just to continue handing off the ball each play. Got the clock, the time in your favor. You don't want it. You want to avoid a pick six or giving Gatesville any turnovers or momentum or anything like that. Obviously, 49-21, still a huge score, but you don't want to leave anything to chance if you're the Sealy Tiger offense. So, again, surprised that they're putting in the air, stopping the clock.
Especially on this end of the field. But when your quarterback is, you make a heads-up enough play like that, you can go for it.
That runner was brought, or that was number 6, Cameron Hendricks, on the tackle for Gatesville. And again, they're putting the ball in the air.
That was at number 4, A.J. Capone on the reception for the Tigers.
So you're telling me the Gatesville Hornets put a hit on Capone?
Love it.
Oh, my goodness. The punter out to kick this one away for the Tigers.
We haven't called his name very much tonight.
This would be the third time. It's a little drop kick this one out of bounds. 39, I think, should be where that one rolled out. .536 left to go in this matchup.
Gatesville, I believe, got one timeout left. They've had to burn a couple earlier in the half. Sealy Tiger, no surprise, they got all three, and I don't imagine they'll use them at any point in this contest unless there's a package they don't like on the field. Adam, is it all passing here for the Hornet offense? Or do you sprinkle a few runs in here? You don't have the luxury to use it multiple times. You got to get that. Got to get a touchdown.
They're definitely in a passing situation here. They're empty backfield.
Maybe a
Amos
deep shot, either at
right.
Amos or Jack. Looks like it's going to be Amos. Going to be brought down by number 2.
Amos picks up the first down. A nice little run after that one. Would have been nice to see him get to the sideline to stop the clock, but we'll take the first down, which is going to stop the chains just
at the 44-yard line of the Tigers.
1st and 10 from the 44.
Need to hurry up and get this play in. Clock is still running now at 5:13.
Hornets and a
got a trombone from the Gatesville Hornet band. A shout out to them.
Keaton step up, still looking downfield. He's going to heave this one away.
My goodness, he took a shot as he threw that at him. I mean, a direct shot.
That's what you call stand and deliver there.
Yes.
Dutch Nielsen was the nearest receiver for the Hornets. About 25 yards downfield from that throw.
I've got all these quotes from Stand and Deliver. I taught in the inner city for 25 years. He had a horrible comb-over in that movie. Remember that movie?
Oh, my gosh. You know, those total yards there that Lee threw up the stats, 320 for the Hornets, 351 for the Tigers. A little misleading. Rayshawn bounces this one back.
I'm telling you, Sealy Tigers' defense is getting some penetration here, and it just on both ends of the field.
Rayshawn with about a 4-yard pickup there.
Once again, he ran about 15 just to get that 4. Rayshawn Smith putting in the work. Sealy Tigers defense doing a great job in pursuit of the run game this evening, kind of neutralizing Gatesville's run game. Forcing them to pop off some more passes.
I'm staying in that the typical run formation. He's going deep.
Looks like he's going for
over the head of 20 Keaton.
As Keaton was double covered by number 27 and number 5. That's going to be number 5, Bo Finley, and number 27, Hudson Howerland.
That pass falls incomplete. 3:57 left to go in the 4th and final quarter of this competition that Sealy leads 49-21 over the Hornets. Hornets sending out their pass formation. Package.
Yeah, they got their 6'3" Wes Allman.
Now, between him and Amos, they're going to try to high point something here, probably about another 6-7 yard down the field and out.
I say stack the receivers on the left. Put your tight end tight on the right.
Just run him out.
Just a little, let him run a little hook and go out there because they'll bite on those receivers on the far side in a heartbeat.
Yeah, anytime you do a double move,
who took that
timeout?
It's Gatesville's 3rd and final of the half.
Is that right?
Unless they can pull the old sneakeroo timeout.
Yeah.
But surely one of the 16 refs on the field would recognize if they tried.
Well, what are they going to do? Penalize them and take a timeout away?
Good point.
Yeah. Because even if you do get it in there for a little bit, they're going to stop the clock for a second. They're going, whoa, run the clock.
We just got done with Thanksgiving. We think Sealy would kind of give us a timeout on their, donation. Keep the contest going.
Well, one thing's for sure, we've seen in the game tonight, the Hornets are playing with resilience. I mean, they're hanging in there, fighting all the way. We can definitely see why the Sealy Tigers are here. I think the quarterback for the Tigers has basically loaded the team on his back and said, hey, come follow me. I'm going to lead y'all in this game. for the Hornets tonight, man, it's been the Jack Irwin show.
Well, just to add on what you're saying there, the quarterback for
that was right in and
out of the hands of Allman. Well, Mr. Kilo, the quarterback there for Sealy, he definitely said, "Follow me, guys." But the team, they jumped in line and did just that. They bought in everything he had. I mean, he moved the ball around his different receivers. The running back, whenever they did use him, stepped up and did his job. So just a well-coached team.
Well, Sealy came in knowing two things that has to work in their favor: stopping the run and pushing the ball down the field via their air raid offense, things they like to do. They've been able to do all that and more this evening. So kudos to them. But like Lee was saying, like you're saying, Adam, these Gatesville Hornets, I mean, the resilience that they've showed, man, they're continuing to fight through every play. It's been a lot of fun watching these young men play week after week after week.
Well, 21-49, is obviously leaning one direction, but that doesn't take anything away from what the gentlemen had to do to get here. But even just the game, I mean, this is quality football here. This isn't, it is, those big plays that Sealy has had, some of those long passes down the field. You take two or three of those away, man, you're knotted up in a good, solid, hard-fought game. So
I'd say I'd like to revert back to that big pass from Keaton to Amos Phillips when he ran all the way down the field and did that nice stiff arm. Again, wouldn't be surprised if I saw him on a T-shirt from an Angry Run edition that Kyle Brandt likes to do in the NFL Network. Ooh, a penalty flag, that's a surprise. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone there, or is it a holding or what? By any indication, looks like it's going to be against Sealy.
Illegal formation, number 58, was lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
All right, that'll move Sealy Tigers back 5 yards. Good news for the defense. Looks like number 8 did not get the memo on that.
Got David De La Torre tuned in and listening tonight. Need to get your schedule ready for next week.
That's right, December 3rd. We got 2 basketball games, I believe.
Yeah, but basketball will be in full force for the broadcasting crew.
And that's David's sport. He gets excited for basketball. He loves basketball with a passion. Oh, my goodness. That was almost picked off by number 13. Dylan Watts almost came up, and let me tell you something. He got that interception. There was nobody stopping him but the end zone. Again, seeing how they're not giving up, not that you would think anything other than that, but good job. Kudos to these coaching staffs getting these young men ready to play. I would love to see that pick six for Dylan Watts, but nonetheless, it's an incomplete pass.
He'd have caught that one and ran all the way to the end zone. What's my name?
Quarterback rolling right. And he's got number 4.
He's going to just number 4 Content staying in bounds, brought down by looks like I believe that's number 5. Is that Logan Biggs?
Yes. That was Weston Cryon on the reception there for the Tigers. Setting up 1st and 10 from the 42.
2:45 left to go here in this matchup.
Those chains get set. We'll get this clock round.
Sealy Tigers trying to get as much time off the clock as they can before they snap the ball.
And number 25, the running back, is going to make his way. Get his name called out as he finds the end zone there.
Again, everything working for Sealy Tigers. Their run game, pass game, their defensive stops. Sealy Tigers, congratulations to them. They're running on all cylinders. Not over yet, but it's 55-21. It's They look to make it 56. And I believe that's our first time that we've had 3 plays called with no flag. Probably shouldn't say that.
Yeah, next play is going to have a flag
Yeah.
on it. You watch. And we'll have to thank you for that one.
Gatesville Hornet offense, you know, despite what the score is, you want to kind of end it on a good note. Scoring a touchdown, make the players out. They deserve it. You know, that would make them feel good. They're not going to stop. They're going to continue trying to move the ball down the field. And then that's just what you expect. But 56-21, things looking bleak here in Bryan, Texas. Sealy Tigers playing great complimentary football. I mean, they're running the ball at them. They're passing the ball. They're getting stops on defense.
Definitely looking strong as they're going to be going into their next game of the next round of the playoffs. Haven't got a score update, but it'll be either the La Vega Pirates or Silsbee.
Well, La Vega Pirates were definitely picked to make a deep playoff run. Again, we don't know the stats of the game between the Pirates and who was that other? Silsbee. No doubt that Sealy will be having their hands full in their next game. Lee is trying to pull up the score now for the La Vega Pirates and Sealsby to see who the Sealy Tigers will be taking on. But in the meantime, Sealy Tigers look to be kicking this off to the Gatesville Hornets.
Almost a mirror image of this score.
Oh, wow. So Pirates 49-21 over the Tigers right now from what we could see unofficial score, so don't quote me on that one.
There is a lot of Tigers out there.
Oh, my. This one, number 23, just initial contact to the 5. He's going to bring it out to the 20 is where the Hornets are going to get started. 2:12 left on the clock as the Hornets will take over 1st and 10 from the 20.
Right, Gatesville looking to end this game on a positive note.
Bing. That was my positive note.
That sounded a little flat.
It was because I had to cough the same time I did it. So, bing. There we go.
Oh, wow. Pitch to number 11, Rayshawn.
And, folks, you can look at all 11 players on Sealy defense and just name a number, and chances are they went out and tried to tackle Rayshawn Smith on that play.
Saw number 55 of the Hornets. He was Joe Cox to make sure, hey, you know what? Need to clear away. Not on my player, please.
Yeah, we're making a convoy so Rayshawn Smith can follow, helping him.
Rayshawn picking up about 4 on that carry.
Trying to get a number for the young man that grabbed him down. Well, it was
number 20 was on the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, number 20, number 56 looks like we got number 20, and that's going to be Hunter Sodolak. Haven't called his name much tonight.
Just kind of looking at the numbers as we're here at the end of this one. It looks like some of those numbers are players that hadn't been out there much during the game so far. So
Sealy trying to work their depth in. Get some of their underclassmen guys some playing time. And that was number 5, Bo Finley, on the tackle.
First and 10, down on the last under a minute here for the Hornets.
Hornets have no way to stop the clock right now except for clocking it.
Well, they can score a touchdown.
True that.
That would stop a clock.
Acquiesce.
No.
I don't feel like I don't feel like I'll use that.
Acquiesce as a verb.
For Rizzle.
Grizzle.
Noise. Pitch to Rayshon. He's got the line of scrimmage and about 4 guys on his back when he gets there.
Yeah, that was number 34 leading the charge. Isaiah Duke's self. Definitely not making the tackle by himself. Is that going to be the final?
Will they run one more play? No, they probably won't. So the Gatesville Hornets are going to go ahead and concede this one. Look at that respect right there.
That shows the class, character of both Gatesville Hornets, Lee Tigers. Like to see that at the end of every game.
I was trying to get the jersey number there. Is that number 2?
I think 23.
23?
Congratulations to the Sealy Tigers as they advance on. And I believe this is a regional championship, or is that the quarterfinals that they're going to be?
They're going to be facing the La Vega Pirates in the quarterfinals this coming next Friday night. Well, could be, depending. Some of these games have been played Thursday, some Friday, some Saturday. So it depends on what their coin toss is and what the two coaches from Sealy and La Vega decide. Congratulations to them moving on to the next round, and congratulations to the Gatesville Hornets. I think I can safely say that the Hornets team has made it further in the playoffs than what on paper a lot of people thought they would have done or accomplished. So kudos to them, and I think this is the first time that they've made it this far into the playoffs since 2015.
Well, their resiliency. This is a special group of guys, and they got a couple of trophies in the trophy case this season to show for it. And I mean, Coach Hunter, Coach Sanchez, and all the other coaches have done a great job of preparing these young men. And I know, Adam, you've been watching them all season with Lee.
I'm just, I'm not gonna lie, a little bummed, that the season's kind of coming to an end there for the Hornets. It's definitely been a wild ride. There's been times when people kind of counted these guys out. But knowing the resilience, you've used the word resilience. You've been giving me a hard time about absolutely, but you've referenced the resilience of the Hornet, this team. And it's been a great thing to watch them to improve throughout the season.
It shows a lot of character on these.
It does. Well, and I'll brag about our coaches. Our coaches pour. I say the Gatesville Hornets coaches, knowing them personally, they pour a lot into these young men. And I guarantee you the same thing can be said for the Sealy coaches. High school coaches put in a lot of time and effort into these players.
You make and scrape in the first round of the playoffs, not necessarily by accident, but just kind of sort of by default. But you're not coming to this stage and to this game by accident. Both teams deserve to be here, and that was on display tonight. Gatesville just coming up on the short end of the stick here, but nothing. It doesn't take anything away from the accomplishments that they've made, and congratulations to the seniors out there that played their final game for the Gatesville Hornets and had a memorable run, and I'm just proud reflection on them and their community.
And there they are doing the alma mater with all the fans that showed up here tonight. And I'm going to tell you what, man, I don't know if we ever got a good shot of the stadium on either side, but a lot of fans, both sides of the field there showed up tonight. Brave the elements.
Yeah, it's cold. We're upper 30, low 40 tonight. So
with that being said, as soon as they finish up their alma mater, we're going to close out tonight with just a big shout out to some of the Hornet fans that have tuned in tonight to check this out. We got Big Dave over at Higginbotham's, Joby Mooney, Matt Hudspeth, Kelly Adair, Eric Maltovan and his whole crew from California and his hometown extended family, Dondi Allison, Toby Williams, my esposa Velvet Jeans, and Colonel Kaufman up in Washington, Alan Davison, proud sponsor of us here. We appreciate everything he does for us. Cindy Snively, Kaylee Sorrell, and those are just a few people that joined us. We got the Zakas.
You are getting some good kudos with your wife Velvet there. You're getting some good points in there. Talking about your anniversary and giving her a shout out and all that kind of stuff, and no doubt well deserved.
Sometimes whenever you got somebody special like that, you just need to recognize them all you can. So anyway, with that being said, Congratulations to the Sealy Tigers getting to move on to the quarterfinals facing the La Vega Pirates. And special thanks to the hometown team for our broadcasting crew, the Gatesville Hornets, for taking us along the ride. And special thanks to NFHS allowing us to stream this game. And we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Fantastic regional playoff game. And as always, I want to thank my camera crew, Aaron Soriano, Jonathan Soriano, Jaden Moore, and my co-hosts here, Jacob Padgett and Adam Baker. This is Lee Jaynes, and I'm going to say good night.
And God bless.